Welcome to Episode 5 of Tumbling Podcast of Flesh. This is Corey's Crypt.
This is BDG Reviews.
Alright, man, let's get into it.
Okay.
We'll start off with releases like we always do.
Yeah.
So there's one I'm really excited for, September 26th. You ever heard of that, do-it-yourself zombie movie called The Dead Next Door?
Yeah, I heard that was getting a new release.
Yeah, well, I think a year or two ago they released, a 4-disc special edition that had, a soundtrack and all this special stuff.
Yeah.
But this is supposedly the single disc.
Well, hey, can't complain, if you...
Yeah, I wouldn't.
If you didn't pick up the 4-disc,
Yeah, it's a decent movie. I saw it a long time ago, but
yeah.
in no way to me is it worth $45, like what they were asking for.
Yeah, that's pushing it a bit for something.
This is gonna probably be like $15, $17, and it's worth that.
Yeah, that's definitely a reasonable price point.
Yeah, have you heard anything about this or no?
I've just heard the basic things. I saw things saying that it's coming out.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, oh, cool.
Have you seen the cover of it? It has that zombie with that metal gate kind of thing on his mouth.
Yeah.
The cover looks a lot sicker than the movie actually is.
Yeah.
Because you did hear this is a shot on video, ultra low budget movie.
Yeah.
And then August 29th, there's a box set that I'm super excited for, man. Mm-hmm. And that's that new Battles of Honor and Humanity.
Oh, yeah. I got the first box set, and it's a beautiful set. It really is.
I wanted to get that set so bad, but I had to settle when they released the single releases of it.
Yeah. The box set's great. It really is. It's just awesome. Yeah. All around awesome.
You picking this one up?
I probably am. Unlike the last one, I'm probably not going to pre-order it.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered the last one. Actually, I'm glad I pre-ordered the last one because I ended up getting it pretty cheap.
Yeah, I am going to pick this up just because besides horror, Yakuza movies are a favorite subgenre.
Oh, definitely.
I think they do gangster movies better than even America. I mean, Goodfellas and Sopranos and all that are cool, but...
The thing I find, maybe it's just, since we're, in the West or whatever, seeing, the Japanese and, the Chinese and stuff, equivalent of,
Mafia?
Yeah, is just more interesting.
It's more badass, man. There's, a class to it or something.
Yeah.
It's, just even the way, all they all have the same tattoos. They're usually all in... I love that look. You ever seen I don't know if you've seen it. It was called Fudo.
Yeah.
You know that look where they're all in the nicest suit, but they always wear their jackets over their shoulders. They don't put their arms in the sleeves. They just let it drape over them.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of cool.
And in every Yakuza movie, you got that scene where their whole gang is just walking down the street.
Yeah.
I always love that shot, man.
I know. It's a great shot.
You remember in Itchy the Killer where that whole mob is walking down and the one dude has that wooden board nailed to his foot and they're just...
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, every Yakuza movie has that scene.
It does. And, the Battles of that Honor and Humanity series are, you almost want to say, they weren't the first, but they were some of the best, let's be honest, right?
Definitely. They're top of the chain, yeah.
Yeah.
I got to give the edge, though, to Takashi Miike's Yakuza movies, too.
Well, they're just fun.
Yeah, you've seen that Dead or Alive series, or no?
Yeah. Dead or Alive was always good.
And then we got the Black Society trilogy. I don't know if you saw that.
I've watched the first one. Haven't got around to the second two yet.
The first one's the best out of the three.
Yeah.
It feels the most like a Takashi Miike film.
Yeah.
Because Rainy Dog and Lee Lines, they're a lot more slow and more drama,
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, but, you're kind of, when you hear it's a Miike movie, you're expecting certain things.
Yeah. Isn't it weird that I'm a diehard Miike fan, but there's some movies he has that I just can't imagine watching, The Happiness of the Katakuris.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look good to me at all.
I know. It's sort of the same with me. I think it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
But I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, I have too, but I don't know. Just hearing about it and I saw the trailer, it doesn't look really good.
I know. It's one of those things. I mean, well, when you have a filmography of like over like 130 movies or whatever,
Yeah.
like what Mike has, I guess you got to go all over the spectrum, don't you?
No, that's what I do like about him is you can never really
Yeah.
get. He has so many movies, you could never run out, and it's
No.
at the same time there's so many different genres he's in.
Yeah, I think you could just go up to Mika and say, "Hey, I want you to make like a romantic comedy," and be like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I think he'd just make anything, and I think he could do it. I think he could pull it off.
Yeah, definitely. The you know what's weird is they say he's like was a big inspiration for Hostel, and supposedly he's in Hostel.
Yeah,
He has a
he's in
camp.
Hostel.
I have watched it like twice since hearing that,
Do
and
you
I
remember?
can't find him in it.
There's a part where they're going into like a factory, and this guy walks out and says, "Like,
Is
be
it the
careful,
art
you
show
could
that when
spend
the
all
lady
your
first?
money in there."
Oh, okay. And it
Yeah,
was it
it's
Takashi Miike that says
and
that.
that's Mike that says, "Yeah, like you could spend all your money in there."
Yeah, I keep looking for it, and
Yeah, once you see it, you know, it's just essentially a throwaway scene.
yeah,
But once you see it, you're like, and you realize it's Mika, you're like, oh,
wow.
yeah,
Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite directors.
yeah.
Speaking of Eli Roth, though, off topic, have you seen that new Death Wish trailer?
I haven't watched the trailer yet. I don't know what to make of it.
Dude, the trailer actually looks pretty good.
Does it?
Yeah, when I
'Cause,
saw
you
the
know,
thumbnail with Bruce Willis, I was like, ooh, I don't know.
yeah, that was my thought. You know, but then again, you know, like the first Death Wish is just so iconic.
Oh, yeah.
You
I
know,
love them all. I like the sequels more, actually, the more dumb
Yeah.
they got. You know, when Cannon got a hold of them?
oh yeah,
You had, like, what,
Well-
Alex Winter and the third one, I think, from Bill and
yeah,
Ted.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. It's the sort of thing. It's an iconic series. I guess really when you think of it, it's a series that deserves a remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I mean, yeah, well, you've heard like all the controversy about it apparently, right?
No.
About the new movie. Apparently they're saying you have some people saying that because it's set in Chicago that it's racist.
I mean, that's just dumb.
I know. Because if you look at the trailer, from what I've heard, like pretty much the only like black person that dies is like a really bad villain. All the other villains are white guys.
Yeah, that's
So it's kind of
most
like,
people are white in it. Yeah.
yeah, you know, it's like don't go playing the race card unless it's a
Well,
valid.
and it's just what it's
point.
about is pretty intense. But the thing is, though, the original Death Wish had a bunch of controversy.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
to me, that's good if the new one has controversy because
Yeah, at
that
least
was the whole vibe of the first one.
yeah, at least they're doing it right.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it's one of those things. Eli Roth's doing it. He hasn't really let me down yet. I mean,
No.
Green Inferno was the most disappointing, but even then, that was a good movie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
found with that what was interesting with Green Inferno. I saw it in the theater,
Yeah.
and it was okay. Then I saw it on Blu-ray, and it's weird. I didn't like it as much on Blu-ray, but it looked better on Blu-ray than it looked in the theater.
Wow. Yeah, maybe it's better
Really
to have a
weird. I don't
grindhouse
know.
feel for it.
Yeah, maybe. I remember coming out of the theater just giggling.
Yeah, you know what's weird? I dig the movie, but that whole cannibal subgenre in general
Yeah,
isn't really my cup of tea. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I like Cannibal Ferox and Holocaust and
yeah.
Jungle Cannibal, all that stuff. They're cool, but I don't know that whole setting. I'm just not a huge fan of.
Yeah, and I mean, let's be honest, it's kind of played out.
Yeah,
After
just drag,
Ferox and
man.
Holocaust, they're pretty much, the bookends of the series,
yeah, yeah. By the
You know,
time
you
Green
just need
Inferno
those
came
two.
out, it
Yeah.
was all played out. One thing I love the name Green Inferno.
Oh yeah,
Like, if you
that's a
actually
great.
sit and think about that, that's a creepy name, man, because it's like getting consumed by the jungle.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's the sort of thing, it's cannibal films can be hit or miss.
yeah,
At least Eli Roth went all out with it, you know?
Yeah, that's one thing too. You gotta give him respect too, because you could tell he's a fan of the cannibal films
Definitely.
and stuff. Even by that name, I mean that was the working title in Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's the sort of thing, and of course, you know, you had Ruggero Deodato and Hostel 2 and everything.
Oh yeah,
You know, so you know he's a fan. That's one
yeah,
thing you always gotta like about Eli Roth, the fact that he is a genuine fan.
yeah. I call him the Quentin Tarantino of horror.
Yeah,
You know, because
I
Tarantino
believe
does
that,
all the
definitely.
exploitation and kung
Yeah,
fu and slave. Because he's a big fan of '70s
yeah,
exploitation, where you
yeah,
could tell, and that shows in his movies. Where Eli Roth, you could tell he's a fan of '80s, '70s horror,
yeah.
and that shows in his movies. So
Did you see that? He produced a movie called Aftershocks, and he
I
starred in it
haven't
as
seen
well.
it, but I'm curious about it. Didn't like a Mexican director or something do it,
Yeah,
or a
it's the sort
Chilean
of
director?
thing. I think he was Chilean, maybe. All I know is like this. I've seen it. I thought it was pretty good. It's quite brutal.
It's a disaster movie, isn't it?
It is and it isn't.
I'm not a huge
Essentially,
disaster movie fan.
yeah. The gist of it is, you know, you get these people there on holiday there. Then there's an earthquake, and they're trying to get to help. And during the earthquake, uh, the prison has broke out, so all these prisoners are get out, and they're like hunting people down and everything. And there's one scene. Do you plan to see it?
Eventually, I'm not in a big rush, but I will see it
Okay.
eventually.
Do you mind a spoiler?
Nah.
Okay. Eli Roth's character is a bit of a dick, kind of,
Yeah.
you know, and he ends up on the wrong end of these prisoners. So he's there, and I think if I remember right, his arm's stuck under a rock or something.
Yeah.
So they decide, okay, we're gonna have some fun, you know. Then they set him on fire, alive.
That's pretty cool, though.
It's one of the most brutal scenes I've ever seen.
Wow, does Roth have a lot of screen time in the movie, or no?
He's got a decent amount. I mean, you know, I would consider him a main character.
Yeah.
There's about 4 or 5 main characters. I'd consider him a main one, you know. But I tell you what, the ending is beautiful.
Oh, yeah?
You get to the ending and you're just kind of like, oh shit.
Well, yeah, I gotta see it.
Yeah,
But we'll wait a little bit because there's
yeah,
so much stuff that it's top priority over that.
yeah, yeah, indeed.
But this next one comes out August 22nd. You know anything about this movie called The Slayer?
Yeah, I saw it on VHS about 20 years ago.
Is it any good or what?
It actually is. It's not, you know, no one's going to accuse it of being high art.
Yeah, is this like The Mutilator? Like
Yeah,
you know what you're getting into with these things?
yeah, exactly. But it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, I'm picking that up definitely.
Yeah. That's one thing I
Um,
like about Arrow is they seem to put out a lot of obscure slashers.
oh
Like
yeah,
Scream Factory
definitely.
don't seem to put out a lot of slashers, but Arrow,
Yeah,
like they have the Mutilator, Blood Rage, now this. I mean, there's tons
yeah.
more, but it's
Well,
like
and I
those.
tell you what, the Mutilator has always been a classic.
Yeah, but they
You
were more
know.
obscure, you know.
Yeah,
But it
definitely.
seems like Arrow puts out a lot more slashers than Scream Factory.
I think maybe it's because they're a British company.
Yeah.
So I think you know the whole video nasty thing in Britain, right?
Oh
You
yeah.
know. So I think maybe, you know,
They're more popular over there.
yeah, so probably a part like of the demographic over there is like, well, you know, we'll get like some of the old video nasties and put them out, you know?
Yeah. I'd love
Yeah.
for Arrow to put out like double features, kind of like Scream Factory does.
That would be cool.
You know, but in their cases, but still have the double feature.
Yeah,
Because there's
that would
just
be
something
really
sweet
neat.
about double features, man.
There is. They're just all around fun.
Yeah. And then this next one's September 5th. It's a Scream Factory release that I'm pretty excited for. Never heard of it at all. It's a made-for-TV movie called The Spell.
I haven't heard about it. I've seen the cover.
Yeah, I've never heard
You
anything
know.
about it either. I just heard it's a made-for-TV Exorcist Carrie kind of ripoff.
Well, it might be worth checking out, definitely, because, I mean,
I feel like everything that was made for TV back in the 70s was a Carrie ripoff.
that's true.
Like, everything you hear, it's like, oh, it's a Carrie ripoff. It's like, jeez.
Yeah,
It's either Carrie or The Exorcist or Rosemary's Baby.
yeah.
Man.
Definitely true, yeah.
Yeah, but
The
I'm going
one
to pick
thing,
that up for sure.
I've always kind of dug the made-for-TV movies just because, you know, being made for TV, they were so limited in what they could actually show.
Yeah, no, I love
So they'd have
made-for-TV
to,
movies.
yeah, you know, they had to do, like, find clever ways to work around
Yeah, they're just,
subjects and everything.
yeah, they're fun. But
Yeah.
you have that TV Terrors released by Scream Factory, right?
TV terrors? I don't think
It's
so.
a
I
double
don't think I picked
feature
that
they
one up.
put out like in their first maybe 2 years or 3 years of being in business. It was an only DVD release, and it's a double feature of The Initiation of Sarah, and the other one is like Are You in the House Alone or something like that.
No, I don't think I picked that one up.
Oh, dude, it's
Unfortunately.
really good, man.
Is it?
And yeah, and what sucks too is because they said their original goal was to make that a series where they were going to be releasing a bunch of made-for-TV movies from back then.
Oh, that
But
would
I
have been
guess
cool.
this one sold terribly, so they
Yeah.
won't make another one, and it's a shame, man, because
Well,
it is a really good double feature. But
yeah.
there's so many other good made-for-TV movies they could release, you know?
What might work could be maybe if you got, like, you know, like 6 or 8 of them together and
Yeah,
put out like a box set.
TV box set, man.
Yeah.
And maybe put it in like a case that looks like an old school TV or something.
Yeah, something cool like that. You could definitely make that work, I think.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, man. But yeah, I wish they'd release more made-for-TV stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things which are guaranteed are going to be released, like Stephen King stuff is definitely going to be released.
Oh yeah. I do hope
No.
more Stephen King stuff like the Tommy Knockers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I hope they eventually transfer that stuff to Blu-ray.
so do I. I mean, I
doubt
like
they
the
will,
Tommy
but-
Knockers. I don't know. I certain ones I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll do The Stand.
You think so?
I think so. They'll definitely transfer that over at some point.
What about stuff like the Golden Years or something like that?
I don't know. I don't think that was popular enough.
Yeah. And one
You know?
too I wish they'd do is Storm of the Century.
I
But
love
I doubt they will though, because the DVD's like a Mill Creek DVD that sells for like $3 over here.
Yeah.
By the time you find it in like the 374 bin.
Yeah, same up here, and it tends to come with about 8 other movies.
Oh yeah.
Just
And the cover
thrown in
looks
as special
shitty as
features.
hell.
Yeah,
Just a Photoshop picture of like a lighthouse and a boat and a storm or something.
yeah. I mean, I remember I picked that up on DVD back when it first came out, with like a
original
proper
cover?
release. Yeah,
I love that with it's like blue and everything.
yeah, yeah. You know, I picked it up back then. You know, so I was pretty happy with that back then. One thing I want to see, and I doubt they're ever going to do it, is a complete version of Needful Things.
Yeah, well, you know Kino has Needful Things out on Blu-ray.
They have the theatrical cutout.
Oh, it's not the
But
unrated?
they don't have the full miniseries. So there's something like an hour and a half cut out of it, and
You know I've actually never even seen the movie.
it's I saw it on TV when it first came out, and I remember I enjoyed it right up to one scene. There's a scene with like this skinned dog, and I didn't really like that scene.
Why, because of animals or what?
No, just because like it seemed so out of left field.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, have you ever seen the theatrical movie of it, or
No, I haven't seen anything of it.
the gist of it is like this guy comes to the town, and he's got like
He owns like a...
it's like an
Antique store,
antique
right?
type shop, yeah, and he can essentially give people anything they want,
Yeah.
you know. And what he'll say is like this one kid or whatever, it was with one guy, I don't know if it was a guy or a kid or whatever, he wanted this baseball card, and he said, you know, it was like a really expensive card, and he said, well, you know, back in like 1945 or whatever, this card costs like 37 cents. So I'll sell it to you for 37 cents and a favor.
Well,
You
what
know,
is it? The favors end up being something crazy?
sometimes they're just really simple little things, like like take the the clothes on this clothesline and put them over there or something, and then one of them is like kill this woman's dog and skin it and hang it up in her front yard or something, and it just it kind of keeps escalating.
Wow. Yeah,
It's
I am
it's
going
a
to have to pick it up. I don't think it's that expensive.
yeah, it's a good, definitely it's a good movie. I just really wish the full miniseries was out.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I do want to collect all of Stephen King's stuff.
Yeah, well, you can't go wrong with Stephen King stuff, really. I mean,
You know what's weird is I would have thought Maximum Overdrive would have like a special edition by now.
yeah, I
Because the
mean,
DVD's out of print, you can only get it on that double pack with like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie,
yeah,
which is really weird.
interesting combination, definitely.
I can't remember what it
Yeah,
is. I think it's mixed with like Raw Deal or something like that.
that really is a strange combination.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be perfect for like Scream Factory with like newly commissioned artwork? I mean,
Definitely,
the
just
truck is so cartoonish to begin with that
well, you know what you could do, and I think this would be a really neat idea, since of course the truck is the Green Goblin from the
yeah,
Spider-Man comics, right?
yeah,
Get like a Spider-Man artist,
yeah,
you
that'd be
know,
cool. But
to do something like maybe not even as like the main cover, but like as a secondary cover or something.
yeah,
You
I
know,
like the idea, but I don't
you'd
know if
you'd
they'd
have
go with
to
that because of horror.
yeah, well, you'd have to go dark, obviously.
Yeah,
You know, but I mean, you could definitely do something really neat with that.
if
And
anything, Todd McFarlane could do it.
oh, Todd McFarlane would be great.
Yeah, because he does that realistic look, and he was part of Spider-Man. So
Yeah, yeah. That would have been neat,
yeah,
definitely. I'm surprised it doesn't have a better release. I mean, considering it's like, isn't it like Stephen King's
only
directorial
directorial.
debut or
Yeah,
something? Yeah,
they have. It's got to be released soon.
Yeah,
It's one of those ones where it's perfect for a Scream Factory. Like
it is.
it's literally just perfect. You can get a new commentary by Stephen King or something.
Oh yeah,
The newly
definitely.
commissioned artwork, new transfer. It's got to happen. I mean,
Oh yeah, all I can think is if maybe it's tied up in
yeah, I don't know
like a
who
rights
owns
thing.
that.
I don't know, because I mean, you know, a lot of movie companies can be really kind of overly. I don't even want to say protective,
Yeah,
but like they can be real sticklers for their copyrights and everything.
yeah. You know what's weird is Maximum Overdrive feels like Repo Man to me. And I mean, they both got the same actor, but even like just the vibe of it feels like Repo Man too.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean.
But anyways,
Yeah.
this next one is one I'm like super excited for because this company impresses me more than Scream Factory and Arrow, and that's
Hmm.
Intervision's new release.
Okay.
Because I've been collecting all the releases, but it's a movie I've never heard of called Suffer Little Children.
Hmm.
That title sounds sick, man.
That does. What sort of movie is it? Do you know?
I know nothing about it.
With
And
a
that's what
title like that, it sounds like a Jello or something. But
it looks like. The cover has like a woman and she's all like bloody looking. I don't know if it's like a ghost story or what, but that's what I love about Intervision is they release all these weird movies that I know nothing about, but they always end up being good.
yeah,
I mean, they put out The
well,
Burning Moon and Things and just
yeah,
a bunch of them. Dreamstalker. There's
yeah.
one I got that I got to watch called Murder Lust, and it's like a '90s
Oh,
made-for-TV serial killer movie. It's just a
I
cool
tell you
concept.
what, that title is great.
Yeah,
You know,
the
that's
cover
just
is like a
damn.
painting of like you see this woman undressing on a bed or whatever, and you see like this dude's hand, and he's holding a rope to like choke her.
That's cool.
But yeah, dude, I'd definitely pick up an Intervision release just to see what you think of them.
Yeah, I think maybe I will. That sounds like it could be quite good.
Yeah, they've only released one Blu-ray, and it's been
Yeah,
getting a lot of buzz now. It's called Feed the Light.
Feed the Light.
Yeah, it's like a H.P. Lovecraft type thing.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, but I've been hearing tons of good things. I'm going to pick it up soon.
That's cool. I might give that a shot. You know.
Yeah. In this last release I wrote down, I don't know if I realized we never did news before releases like
Well,
we
we'll do it
usually do,
next.
but we'll do it next. I just now realized, but this one I don't know if we've talked about before. I don't think so. And
Hmm.
that's Teen Wolf 1 and 2 special editions.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that. I don't know what to make of that. I
Dude,
never
these
thought. I
releases blow
never.
my mind, dude.
Yeah,
Like, they're not doing Maximum Overdrive and stuff, but they'll
but they're
release
doing Teen
this?
Wolf. Yeah.
Teen Wolf already has a Blu-ray release 1, and why not
Yeah.
make it a double feature? That's what
Yeah.
they were released as before. And who the
I
hell
don't.
wants to pay $20 for Teen Wolf 2?
I know. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
No.
Uh,
And
I
the
don't know.
cover arts are lazy.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just taking a look at this at Feed the Light, the Blu-ray. Uh,
Is Lovecraft's name anywhere in
yeah,
it?
yeah, based on a story by H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm going to
it
pick it up
looks
for
to,
sure. It's Intervision's only Blu-ray.
yeah, it looks to be a foreign film.
Yeah, I think it's German or something like that.
Lucca
And
Vardaren.
I think it's in black and white too.
Oh, sweet, that's great. I love black and white.
Yeah, I'm interested though for A, I like Lovecraft stuff. And
Yeah,
B, I love Intervision, and I'm really interested to check out one of their transfers.
and I tell you what, it's pretty reasonable too. $14.99 for the Blu-ray.
Yeah, Intervision's pretty cheap. You can get their DVDs all $9.99 all day long.
That's cool.
Yeah, but they're all over the spectrum. They release American made for TV, like German movies, and I don't
Yeah,
know if you ever heard of Burning Moon.
the name is very familiar.
It's from the people that did like Violent Shit and all that,
Oh, okay, yeah.
but it's a lot better quality than Violent Shit.
Oh,
It's like
that's
a
cool.
German anthology horror movie.
Oh, well, that could be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to add on to this I assume you're not even touching these at all, these Teen Wolves.
No. No.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's going to be a really bad seller for them.
I don't know. In theory, it could work, for little like comedy fans and everything, but
The only way I see
I
this
don't
selling
know.
any good at all is
Is if
these
it's
are
on
going to be in
sale.
Walmart or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You need like the mainstream people that don't even know what Scream Factory is.
Yeah.
Like you need them to just see it and pick it up because
Yeah.
people that follow Scream Factory, I just can't see them picking this up. I mean,
I know. I mean, usually if you're following Scream Factory, it's for the horror releases,
yeah. And this is that
or
borderline where you could put it on a horror label, but this is
yeah,
more. I mean,
it's a
it is
comedy.
cultish, but yeah, this would be something more on like Shout Select or something
Yeah.
like that.
I always think of it this way. If you think of a movie and you can't really think of where it would be, I always reckon if you walked into an old video store, which shelf would it be on?
Comedy. Teen Wolf would be in comedy.
Exactly.
This
So
ain't
it's a
gonna be on
comedy.
horror.
Yeah. You know,
One thing
that's
interesting.
kind
One thing interesting too, though, is uh, Scream Factory is not releasing this, but on the same day,
Mhm.
I don't know what company is doing it, but the complete animated series of Teen Wolf is being released.
there's an animated series.
Yeah, I didn't know that till I looked it up. And it says same day Scream Factory releases 1 and 2. Whatever this company is, you can find it on Amazon now as complete animated series of Teen Wolf.
Well, I tell you what, that's a very smart marketing decision.
Well, yeah, and straight up,
Yeah.
I'd buy that over Teen Wolf 1 and 2.
Yeah, probably. I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I got a couple of releases as well here.
what's that?
September 26th, we're getting a steelbook of Flatliners
Yeah,
from Mill Creek.
and it's a steel book.
Yeah, and it's going for $30.
I hope that's cheaper in America, man.
No, that's the American price.
Hell no, I'm not paying that, dude. Mill Creek
Especially when
releases
you
are
think-
$7, brand new. All the ones
yeah.
that come out.
Well, you can buy Flatliners for $6.31 just for the standard one, you
Blu-ray.
know?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
I don't know if it's got it might have some new features. Let me see. Synopsis. Huh. No. It doesn't say anything. It just now admitted it's a really nice looking steelbook.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Honestly, I'm
But
not even a big steelbook person.
see, I like steelbooks just because they're kind of neat.
Yeah.
But if it needs something extra in it as well. Like if it needs like a new cut of the movie or it needs more special features or something, or
Yeah.
be close enough in price to warrant me getting the steelbook.
Yeah, the thing with I get it. I'll pick up a steelbook every once in a while because they'll be on sale at Best Buy sometimes.
Yeah.
Like they'll have like the buy two get one free or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is, I find they get dented easily.
They do.
Like I have that.
They do.
You remember that old uh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Yeah.
steelbook Dark Sky put out, and it was like orangish, and it was the DVD.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That
remember
that
that
thing
one.
has tons of little dents in it, dude. And I don't even know what happened to it. It's been like sitting on my shelf.
I know it's the sort of thing. It's like air will dent it.
Yeah, and then they
Yeah.
get scratched and stuff.
Yeah. What do you think of the iron books? Have you ever seen those?
No, I don't. I never heard of
They're
that.
they're like a different version of a steelbook, and I find they tend to be thicker, like thicker material, and they're quite good actually. They don't dent as easy.
Is that a Canadian thing?
I don't know. I think they have them in America as well. I mean, I have one for Saving Private Ryan
Oh,
and a
okay.
couple other things, and they're pretty good. I got to admit, but they're a little strange as well because you know how like you have a steel book and you see the spine and everything and it looks good.
Yeah.
This is kind of like it almost seems like the spine is like pushed over to one side so they could have like this hinge on it. I don't know. It's a little weird, but
Yeah, I don't think I've ever
you know
seen that.
they're pretty cool. I got to admit, but
You know what kind of packaging always impresses me?
hmm
Are gatefolds.
Gatefolds
Like
are
what
fun.
Unearth does and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Like if you want to impress me with a special edition,
put in one of
a
those. Yeah,
gatefold, yeah.
yeah,
Like even just a slip cover will impress me. I like the look of a classic slip cover.
oh yeah,
But like
definitely.
steelbooks and stuff like that don't impress me. Digibooks don't really impress me. I'm either
Yeah,
a classic slip cover or put it in like a trifold thing.
yeah. I don't mind steel cases and digibooks and everything if there's a reason for it.
Yeah. Well,
You
I mean,
know,
you remember
like
the Poltergeist and
yeah,
Exorcist digibooks they put out? Those are some
yeah.
really good looking
Oh yeah.
digibooks. And then they had the Clockwork Orange. Remember where he's drinking the
Oh
glass of milk, or Hyper,
yeah,
or
yeah,
Ultraviolence?
yeah. That's the edition I have. It's a great edition.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
some digibooks I'll get, like Malcolm X. I got that on digibook, but
yeah, yeah, yeah. I got Blade Runner on the digibook.
oh yeah, where it has all those editions.
Yeah, that's a good edition, definitely.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
got
So
any more releases or?
yep. Another three.
All
We've
right.
got on October 17th, Mill Creek are releasing Night of the Living Dead
Oh, I
50th
saw that.
anniversary
I'm
edition.
gonna pick that up.
I'm sticking with the one I got. I got the one from Japan.
And it's a Blu-ray.
It's a Blu-ray. It has all the features from the old image disc. So it
Does
has
look
like
good on Blu-ray?
it looks great.
I assume it's in a 4:3 full screen
I
picture, or is it
I think
widescreen?
so. I haven't watched it for quite a while, but it's whatever it was filmed in.
So I'm sure it'll be 4:3.
Yeah. It looks really good, sounds good, has commentaries and everything. It was
Wow.
loaded for bear. It was definitely worth importing.
Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick it up because I have an old DVD. But this is
Yeah.
obviously one of those movies where there's so many crappy editions out there because it's public
Yeah.
domain that I
Yeah.
just haven't. Because they released a Blu-ray a few years ago from another company.
Yeah, I know the one you mean with the like the green font and the
Yeah, but so
yeah.
I've just been waiting for like a legitimate company to release it. And
Yeah,
Mill Creek
this
is legitimate enough for me to say, all right,
yeah.
they'll put out an okay transfer because Mill Creek has been impressing me recently.
They've been upping their game.
Yeah, like they put out that triple feature with like Silent Rage and
Yeah.
Blind Fury. I mean, they're like action movies, but dude, they did a really
Yeah,
good job on that.
yeah, you can't go wrong. Like if they're doing good, that's good enough for me.
Yeah,
I mean, just don't screw us over.
yeah. I
And then
mean, they're
again,
cheap. They're cheap, super
yeah,
cheap. That's
14.98.
yep.
So that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we got the Paul Nashi Collection, Volume 2 from
Oh
Shout
yeah, I saw
Factory,
that too. I
November
haven't even picked up the
14th.
first one.
I haven't either, but I tell you what, I love Paul Nashi.
I'm ashamed to say it. I haven't seen a single Paul Nashi film.
Oh, seriously, he is. They
Is it
call him
like
like
Universal horror? Is he the Spanish version of like
he's
Universal?
like the Spanish Lon Chaney, really.
Yeah, I
You
figured.
know, but they're awesome.
Yeah, I do want to pick it up. It's one of those things where I'll pick it up eventually because it
Yeah,
was the same thing with the Larry Fessenden collection. You
yeah,
know, I waited a few months, which I will get it. So
yeah. This particular release is a 5 movie set.
yeah, that's the
Uh,
same as the first one, I think, right?
I think so. Yeah. Different movies, obviously, but I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I dig Paul Nashi.
Are you gonna pick up the first collection, or are they too expensive
Uh,
where you are?
they're expensive everywhere,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna bite the bullet and pick up the first one because well, the first one's a bit of a, I don't want to say a sore spot, but I already have 2 of the movies on Blu-ray.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from the old I
That
can't
kind of
remember
makes
who
it
did it.
less exciting if you
Yeah,
already have films in the set.
but it's from Scream Factory, right? So,
Yeah. Definitely. I
you
like the
know,
artwork on them too.
yeah, they're very like kind of classy looking artwork.
Yeah.
So they're right in line with the Vincent Price collections.
Mm-hmm.
They match pretty much perfectly.
Yep.
So I think probably I'll be getting those. And last up, we got this is kind of interesting. This is on September 6th. This is actually an Australian import, and they're releasing The Entity,
Oh, yeah, I'm
and
not a
it
big
and it
fan of that movie,
actually
man.
yeah, but it actually has special features on it,
Well, yeah, I
which
mean
is the thing.
the Anchor Bay one goes for so cheap though.
It is. Well, there's a reason for that. It doesn't even have a main menu.
Yeah.
You put the disc in, the movie starts.
Yeah, I just find that movie
You know?
boring, man.
It is. It isn't the fast-paced thing. It's all right. I always find, but
You actually like that ending though, where they freeze the entity and all that.
I thought I got to that scene. I was kind of like, oh,
The one scene I do like is just how like kind of shocking. What the something Hershey out, Barbara Hershey. Remember
yeah,
she just starts like gets bent over and starts getting raped by the ghost, and the kids are
yeah,
just staring. You just hear like that Metallica rip-off song
yeah,
playing.
and it's yeah, it's it's got some creepy scenes. I find as a whole, it's not a great movie,
Yeah,
but it deserves a better Blu-ray release than we got.
yeah, definitely.
And this one's coming with conversation with the composer. Robert McNaughton remembers the entity. Theatrical trailer, poster and still gallery, and a reversible sleeve. So
I'd be interested to see the reversible art because I hated the artwork on the
yeah,
original disc. Just that electric with the entity.
I know it's tacky.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy it
Nah, I'm gonna
because
pass on it too.
I'll stick with the Blu-ray that I got, but you know, it is what it is, right? But if there are any fans out there who happen to like it, you got a new edition coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Australian stuff isn't usually region locked.
Is it being released by Umbrella?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a company to look out for too, man. They release a lot of stuff
yeah,
like
they
that's really expensive here, cheap,
oh
region
yeah.
free.
Well, I picked up the Night of the Living Dead remake
Oh yeah.
from Umbrella, and I got it for about like $15 or something.
Well, have you seen the release of Idle Hands?
They have a release of Idle Hands.
Yeah, Umbrella, a region free Blu-ray of Idle Hands, and the cover art looks sick, man.
Oh, I gotta
You
pick
see
that
the
up.
hand and
Maybe
it's holding a bong and everything.
that's
Dude,
cool.
I want to get that. And then they have a double feature of the Canon documentary, double featured with Machete Maidens.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, Umbrella's really cool. They release a lot of. I love that it's
Oh
region free
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I'm looking at that picture right now of
Of
the
what, Idle
cover.
Hands?
Yeah. Oh, that's an awesome cover.
I know.
And I
How expensive
also,
is it?
let's take a look. Uh, I'm not seeing. Uh, let's see, Amazon.au. I can never remember the site that I
Yeah, I'm just curious.
get the from.
I've never ordered off of Amazon that's not Amazon.com. How
Yeah,
so if I was to go on Amazon.uk, would I
yeah,
just order on there and have it sent to my address and they'd ship it, or how does that work?
yep, yeah, exactly the same way. Um, for pretty much all the Amazons, like, and even if you go over onto Amazon Japan, even you can actually click there's a little link that'll let you translate it into English.
So you can get stuff sent from
Japan, everywhere, yeah.
because Japan has a lot of special editions to where even though the movie would be region locked to to Japan or whatever, or maybe in the language would be in Japanese.
Yeah.
Dude, some of the like they have an Evil Dead set of the original and the remake. Have you seen them? They're like
Yeah.
statues and stuff.
Oh, they're beautiful, and they're actually the what's it called? The
Director's
actually
cut.
has the extended cut of the remake.
Yeah, I want to. Dude, I heard a rumor that we were gonna get the director's cut of the remake in America, but
I hope we do.
I thought it was gonna be coming around last year Halloween. They announced it.
Yeah, I'd like to see it because from what I've heard, it does make quite a difference.
The thing is, though, the theatrical cut is so gory too. I couldn't.
I know.
I mean,
I
what could
remember.
they have cut out of that? Because that was intense.
I know. I don't know what they cut out of it, but apparently it makes a difference.
Wow.
Okay, to USD. Let's try that. Okay, so Idle Hands, the Blu-ray with conversion is roughly $19 American.
Yeah, that ain't bad at all.
No, and I mean, what's really neat about Umbrella is they, you know how Australia have that big like logo things they put on the front for rating and everything.
Yeah.
You can swap the covers around, and they usually have one without anything written on it. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah,
I think
that's
Umbrella also they released a Blu-ray of Cube and Cube Zero.
that's cool.
So what's your other release you got?
And that was it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you want to move on to news here?
yeah, yeah.
The first thing I wrote down just because I thought it was really interesting. Did you hear that movie coming out called Polaroid?
No, I
It
haven't
was
heard
a
about
movie
it.
that was supposed to come out in theaters this month called Polaroid, and the Weinsteins announced they pulled it. You know what's weird? The Weinsteins, they're pulling a lot of stuff. They pulled that Amityville creation,
Yeah,
or not creation, Amityville Awakening, or whatever it's called.
yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I always reckon if you got the movie made, it's in the can. Get it out there
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I don't, or at least just release it to video or something.
oh yeah, because I mean, like look what happened with Jason X.
Oh, yeah.
By the time that finally came out, everyone had already seen it.
Well, that, or it's another case, too. Look what happened to Trick or Treat. They
Yeah,
thought that thing was going to fail, shelved it for all those years, and now
yeah,
it's literally considered a horror classic,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, definitely.
And why, and it still doesn't blow your mind they haven't made a sequel yet to that? That
Yeah,
movie
I don't
sold
get
so
that.
good, you know, it's like a classic. Everybody owns a copy of Trick or Treat. You know,
Yeah,
so many have tattoos now of Sam and all these
yeah,
action figures, but they'll make a sequel to like The House is October Built, which was a
yeah.
good movie, but why would you rush and make a sequel of that? You haven't even done nothing to Trick or Treat.
All I can think is maybe budget.
I don't know. See, and
You
plus,
know?
didn't that director, his Krampus was a huge hit too.
Oh yeah,
Like, wouldn't you
definitely.
think by now they'd give this director the money and be like, all right, you know what you're doing? Go ahead and make
Yeah,
another one. But
you would think, yeah.
you could tell that director does have
You
a
know?
certain feel that I like, though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He
He
knows how to
seems
capture
to
the holidays, right?
definitely. That's something a lot of movies don't really do.
Yeah,
You know, whatever holiday it happens to be, a lot of them tend just to feel like another movie. You know,
yeah.
like
I think
have
the
you
guy's name
seen
is like
the?
Kevin Dougherty or something like that, or
Yeah, yeah. Have you seen the remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night? It's just
just
called
called
Silent
Silent
Night.
Night. No, I haven't seen it.
It's a really good movie,
Yeah, I heard
but
it's nothing like Silent Night, Deadly Night,
nothing
though.
like it at all. The only thing even remotely similar is the killer wears a Santa Claus suit.
Yeah, but he has like
But
a
the thing is,
flamethrower and stuff.
yeah, it's actually a really awesome movie,
Yeah.
but it doesn't feel like Christmas time.
Oh, it doesn't.
It feels like winter,
Oh, okay.
and there is a difference.
Yeah.
Krampus feels like Christmas.
Yeah, definitely that whole
You
thing.
know, yeah,
I did
Trick or
like that
Treat
movie a
feels like
lot too.
Halloween. Yeah,
Yeah, but my next piece of news here. Did you ever hear? You have Sci-Fi Channel in Canada, right?
we have like the equivalent. They show like 90% of their stuff.
Okay, because there was a show last year around Halloween that I really loved called Channel Zero,
Yeah,
and it was
I
like, remember the kid was covered in teeth, and I don't remember
yeah,
Cutter's Cove or something, like Candle Cove is what it was called.
yeah,
And it was like a children's show, remember, that was luring these kids into the woods or
yeah,
whatever, and they were like killing their parents.
yeah. And apparently, like all like it was based on like some creepy pasta or something.
Yeah. Well, that I watched it, and the whole idea is they want to do a 6-episode series every October in the same
I
vein as American Horror Story.
That would be cool.
Yeah, so they just announced that this October they're releasing a new season, and this one's called No End House.
Okay, well,
No,
that
I'm
might
going to
be
watch it
good.
for sure. I like it a lot better than American Horror Story.
Yeah, I find American Horror Stories kind of hit
Played
or
out.
miss.
Yeah, played out
I,
one.
I love it personally. I
You
mean,
like American Horror Story?
I like American Horror Story. I say that, but I still haven't watched Freak Show or Hotel.
Yeah, I haven't seen those. I do got to say the first season, Murder House.
Oh, I
I
love
like
the first
that's my
season.
favorite one I've seen out of all of them.
Yeah,
Just
I
because
like.
I like Dylan McDermott and all them.
Yeah, I actually liked Coven.
That was gonna be my second thing. Coven was my second
Yeah,
favorite. I really did enjoy Coven a lot.
yeah. I
But
thought it was really
Asylum
neat.
sucked, man. I really didn't like that season.
I didn't mind parts of it.
Yeah, it was
You
too
know,
much going on. I don't.
there was, and then all of a sudden they bring aliens into the mix, and it's like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
that Asylum, man. That gets old to me after a while. That dark, murky Asylum, like
Yeah,
just because with that show, it's one of those ones where I'd binge watch it.
yeah,
And after so many hours of just that asylum, it
yeah.
gets
You just
real
kind of
old.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently though, I don't know whether it's this season or next season, but they're saying everything's going to get tied together.
Well, that's what they said last year. Remember?
Yeah.
What is last season was like Renoki or something. It wasn't even themed
Uh,
something.
yeah, Roanoke. Yeah.
Did you watch that
Uh,
whole thing?
no,
I
no.
watched half of
Honestly,
it, then stopped.
I haven't gotten past Freak Show.
Yeah.
I have the Blu-rays. I just haven't gotten onto it yet. Though I have to admit, this new season seems kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was my next thing I wrote down. American Horror Story announced their new theme is cult.
Yeah, and it says here on Bloody Disgusting, Billy Eichner, whoever that is, describes American Horror Story Cult as a gory take on post-Trump America.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I'll watch it eventually, but I'm
Yeah,
so played out on that. And plus, they were saying that it's going to be a big. The one dude, it's most of the screen time goes to that Evan Peters or whatever.
yeah. Well, I mean, he has been kind of almost like a mainstay of the series, hasn't he? He's been
Well,
in,
he's been in every single one, right?
yeah. I always remember. I really dug him in the first season.
Yeah, so did I. That chick, that Thaisa Formiga or whatever,
Yeah,
I really love her, man.
yeah, she's great in anything.
Yeah, I love her and what's that? What's the woman's name? The main one.
Oh,
She's in them a lot. A lot of them. She played the blind
yeah.
woman in Coven.
Oh,
She was blind, and she wasn't in Murder House.
no, I
In
know who you
Asylum,
mean.
she was the reporter that got locked up into the asylum.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
I know whoever's listening's probably yelling the names
I
out, but I
know.
can't.
I'm sure they are. I oh
I usually
that's
remember her
going
name
to
too.
annoy me now. So I'm gonna Sarah Paulson.
Yeah, man. I love her too, man.
Yeah, it's gonna I think it's gonna be interesting
Yeah,
to see like what their take on like everything's gonna be for this particular season.
yeah,
I dig the fact that every season is different.
yeah. So do I. I mean,
You know?
it'll be the same thing as last year. That Roanoke, I watched about the
Yeah.
first 5 episodes, but
Yeah.
stopped because it wasn't going anywhere for me. I didn't like the vibe of it. So this is the
Yeah.
same thing. I'll watch a few episodes, and if I ain't digging it, I'll shut it off.
Yeah.
Because straight up, Murder House and Coven were really good. They kept my attention the whole season, but no other season besides those two has been able to do it for me.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, from what I remember hearing about Roanoke, um, after I think it's episode 6 or 7, something there. Apparently, everything changes.
Yeah, there's like a huge twist. I never
Yeah.
saw the twist yet, but
I don't know what it is. I think it's something like I don't know, like
from
the
what I hear, it's like the
people.
people giving the real story. There's something
Yeah.
up with them where I
Like
don't
it's
know.
not like the real story or something, or they're just actors doing it or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
It, it, I I'll get around to watching it eventually.
yeah, same here.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
this next one, I thought was really interesting. I guess before Bill Skarsgård got
Mhm.
cast as Pennywise, did you
Yep.
hear Tilda Swinton was who they were gonna pick? She auditioned and she was highly considered to play Pennywise.
I tell you what, that could have been
It'd
awesome.
be good, man. I think she has the look for it.
Oh yeah, and well, hell, anyone listening who's read the book knows there's sort of a connection there.
Oh, I haven't read the book, so I'm missing that.
You want me to tell you?
No, because I might as well, I guess.
Um, it's female.
What, Pennywise?
Yep.
No, really?
The actual creature is female.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, blows your mind, doesn't it?
Yeah, so this news isn't as shocking as I thought it was then.
It is for most people, though, I think, because a lot of people won't have read the book.
Doesn't that make you think, though, if that's going to be revealed in the movie then?
I
If they were
I don't
considering
know.
this?
If they were considering it, maybe it might be. I mean,
Or maybe
it's
that was a working script they had where that was going to happen and maybe they
yeah,
changed it?
yeah. I mean, yeah. That's like one of the things in the book. It's just essentially it's a throwaway line almost, where
Or,
someone's just like,
remember the original, there was, before this dude came along, remember the original director of it was going to be that Cary Fukunawa
yeah,
who did the whole True Detective thing?
yeah.
I wonder if Cary Fukunawa was going to have Tilda Swinton and he was going to go a different route because
It could have been, yeah,
I know that Cary Fukunawa left because of differences with Warner Brothers.
yeah.
So this may be a thing. I bet you Cary Fukunawa wanted to release the female Pennywise, and Warner Brothers probably said no because
Yeah,
obviously
well,
they're used to the '90s series. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. It's the sort of thing. I think it could have worked
Yeah,
if done right.
yeah. But now that I'm seeing Bill Skarsgård, I'm hyped for him. You know?
I'm thinking he's pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
It's funny, like, but when all this was being talked about before I had seen I had seen the picture of the new Pennywise, but before
Yeah.
the trailers, I was sitting there thinking, like, nah, I'm just not digging the whole look of him.
I know,
Like,
me
the
too.
hair is a little weird to me, and I was just like, oof, man, they didn't do it right. But now
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, wow, I'm ashamed to say it, but he may do it better than Tim Curry.
He might. Well, it seems to me to be a very different Pennywise.
Yeah, well, the one in the '90s, I don't like. I think we talked about it last time, but he was more of like a wisecracking. He almost
Yeah,
sounded like a mobster or something.
yeah,
Like more.
yeah,
But this one, like when you hear his voice now, it's more soft, and he doesn't
yeah,
yell. It's more like really creepy and just. I don't
yeah.
know. I'm really interested. I'm gonna be there. You do know we're gonna have to be there like first weekend it comes out to
Oh,
review it
definitely.
because the episode when we review because we're going to do an episode where we're going to review the 90s series, and then me and you are going to have to go to theaters to see the remake so
Yeah,
we could review them both in the same episode.
yeah. I'm definitely up for that because I
Yeah.
mean, I love the '90s miniseries, and from what I've been seeing of this new one, I think I'm gonna love that too.
Oh yeah. I've been wanting to see the new I've been wanting to rewatch it for like the past few months, man, but I'm holding myself back. Like I'm like,
Yeah,
nah, I'm going to save it for when the
yeah.
new one comes out. But I've been wanting to rewatch it cuz I haven't even seen the Blu-ray transfer yet.
The Blu-ray transfer is quite nice.
Yeah.
I got to admit, unlike the Salem's Lot Blu-ray.
Yeah, I did check that out. That Blu-ray wasn't too bad. It was okay.
See, I found the presentation on it really like a bit too dark
Yeah,
and a bit too grainy.
yeah.
You know?
Are you saving Cat's Eye for when we do Stephen King month, or have you watched it already?
No, I'm saving that for Stephen King month.
Yeah, I would say that transfer is pretty good, man.
That's good. That's definitely good. Yeah, back on to Pennywise though. I'm just like looking at the new design now, and it almost seems to me like if when you think of Tim Curry's Pennywise,
Yeah,
if you imagined like a circus,
yeah. He was more clown looking.
yeah, he wouldn't have looked out of place.
Well, from what I understand with this new Pennywise, they wanted him to have an outfit of what a clown would have looked like in the medieval times.
Yeah. Well, it definitely works.
Yeah.
And also though, what's neat about this one though is there's something off.
No, definitely.
Just looking at it, like
Well, like I showed my grandma pictures. She said the new Pennywise looks a lot more evil
yeah,
than Tim Curry's version.
yeah. And I guess also you gotta think of the story, like Pennywise isn't the actual creature. It's just a face, right?
Yep.
It's just something it wears. So,
Yeah.
that's kind of
I
what
have a
this looks
feeling
like.
that the spider is going to be in the second part to this because in the trailer, did you see that scene where Pennywise is like unraveling? Looks like he's in a box or something.
Yeah, and he comes out and
He
yeah.
like crawls out like he's unraveling like a contortionist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of was like spider looking to me. So
Yeah.
I'm
I
curious.
I
Man.
think it probably will be in the sequel. I mean, just because if you remember what I think it was the director said, like you're not going to see a spider in September.
Yeah.
And it was the in September part.
Yeah.
Not the like you're not going to see a spider. Period.
Yeah, but he
It's
says
like you're
that
not
that's
gonna see
like
it
big
in
news though
September.
because he says that like that's big news though, but we already knew this was just the kid part of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like that was already news and then the
Yeah.
original series there was no spider in the first half.
Yeah. I think it's going to be good, and I'm really digging the Pennywise design.
Oh yeah, I love the sound design they used for that trailer too. That sound.
Yeah.
I can't even do the sound, but it's
No.
eerie sounding.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. This what's his name? The director, Machete.
Yeah. There's another part of my news too about that guy. I'm sure
Okay.
you know what it is.
Hmm.
So let's just lead into it. That director, did you hear? He said if it does good, which it is. I mean,
Oh yeah.
there's no question. But basically, he says if it does good, he wants to redo Pet Cemetery next.
Well, we'll
This is
see.
Yeah, I bet you he's gonna be like the next Mick Garris, where they just do Stephen King stuff for a while. Because you remember Mick Garris went through that phase
Yeah.
where everything he did was Stephen King stuff.
Yeah.
Like he
The
did
thing
The
is,
Stand and The Shining and Sleepwalkers, all this stuff.
Yeah. I don't know, though, if Pet Cemetery needs remaking.
I mean, you could have said the same thing about it, though, too.
Yeah, but, I mean, you can also... You can see why they would want to.
Yeah.
I mean, because, like, there's a lot, that couldn't have been done on TV
Yeah.
that could be done in a movie. Where the thing is, when you watch Pet Cemetery, I mean, it pretty much did everything
Yeah, and
right.
what could they add that would make it any creepier or whatever, you know? Like,
I
there's
don't.
that one, what's that? I forget the name of it. Remember that, does the decrepit woman in Pet Cemetery? Remember?
Oh, the like wife's sister or
Yeah,
whatever.
she was, like, creepy looking.
That honestly, when I first saw Pet Cemetery as a kid, I got to that scene. I had to stop the movie.
What, too much for you?
I stopped the movie. I rewound it. I took it back to the video store and said, "I don't like this. I want something else."
That was a creepy scene, man.
And it was just kind of, I don't know what it was about it, but there was just something very disturbing that I didn't like.
Yeah.
At first, I've grown to appreciate it.
But another part is, did you hear Wrong Turn 7 is getting released this year? You a fan of the Wrong Turn series or no?
I like the Wrong Turn series, but the problem is I find after maybe part 2 or 3, they started going off on some weird...
Well, remember 4 was the prequel? It was like in snow or something?
Yeah, that one was okay.
And then the 5th one was all about Doug Bradley.
I know, it's like Doug Bradley shows up all of a sudden. He's like, why is he here?
Mm-hmm.
And then part 6 was just a little bit odd.
Yeah. I wonder if this will be the last one, man, because...
I don't know. I'd like to see them go back more into what made the first one so...
Well, the first one was the only theatrical released one out of the whole series.
Yeah, I remember seeing it in the theater, and you know that scene where he swings the axe and goes right through the mouth? And
oh, yeah.
I saw that scene, and everyone in the theater was like, "Oh!"
Yeah. Did you like the second one with Henry Rollins?
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, and it was directed by Joe Lynch.
Yeah. Have you seen, like, what I always dig about that is the guy with the Battle Royale t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I remember seeing that and just thinking, like, yeah, my people have infiltrated the movies.
Yeah, well, Joe Lynch is obviously a huge horror fan.
Yeah.
Because he's with that show with Adam Green.
Yeah, yeah.
But
it's we'll see what happens when it comes out.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see them go back to kind of what made the first one work.
Yeah, definitely. And it seems like it's just a way of, it's just I'm always used to now having that Wrong Turn direct-to-video every year, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you can always expect it. You know, it'll be at Walmart, $10.
Yeah. Yeah. Just pick it up and truck it in. Have a fun, brainless time.
Yep. And remember the controversy with that Wrong Turn 6? It's actually been a few years, now that I think about it, since Wrong Turn 6 came out. But there was something in the background in Wrong Turn 6. There was like a poster of like a missing person, something weird. And there was like a big lawsuit because there was something that shouldn't have been in the background. And they had to pull all the DVDs off of the shelf and digitally erase that poster from the movie. So if you order Wrong Turn 6 on Amazon now, you're going to get the version that was edited. So all the people that bought it when it first came out have an out-of-print Wrong Turn movie, so...
Yeah, let's... I got a thing here.
It's not like you're going to miss anything, though. It was just a poster, I think, that was digitally erased. I mean, you wouldn't even notice it at all.
Yeah, probably. Okay, here we go. Twilight Zone, blah, blah, blah. Close that.
Were you looking up Wrong Turn 6?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see...
I think it had something to do with, like, a missing persons poster. Like, they used a real person when they shouldn't have.
Okay, according to this image of Stasia Purcell's missing person poster in Wrong Turn 6, her face is covered out of respect for her family.
Yeah, because I think what it was is the posters in the back were like cast members' family that they had put in it as like the thing, but I guess that real missing person was somehow put in the movie, and I guess the family saw it or heard about it and like flipped out.
Yeah, it's like she died from a massive heart attack. While out on her own, a few days later, her body was pulled from the local river. It was a tragic accident, and foul play was never suspected. So essentially, it was, they didn't think it was tasteful.
Yeah, which is understandable, I guess.
Yeah, I get it. You know,
isn't that bizarre though? Somehow, a real person's missing poster ended up with a whole stack of fake ones.
Yeah,
that's bizarre, man.
Yeah. Well, we say that, but probably someone on the crew was like, well,
probably wanted to be lazy with it and was like, just fuck all this photoshopping. Let's just put on the real one.
Yeah, just Google missing persons reports.
Yeah, but,
and put them up.
But this next piece of news that actually I've heard about for a long time. You know that book Kane Hodder wrote called To Hell and Back?
Yep.
Well, do you remember hearing about they were making a documentary like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they just released the trailer, and I guess it's coming out soon, which I'm excited for, man. I mean, Kane Hodder's one of those people only really know him as Jason.
Yeah.
And then
the thing is, he's actually
face, but he plays an extra in a lot of things, man.
Oh yeah.
Like even non-horror things.
Yeah, and the thing is, he can actually act.
Yeah.
Like the few times I've seen him, I saw him in Ed Gein, the Butcher of Plainsfield. Now, I'm going to say right now that movie wasn't very good.
Yeah.
But, he did a good job acting in it,
Yeah, definitely. Did you see him in the BTK movie?
Where he played the BTK
killer? Oh, he did that, but I always feel bad for him, too, because he says people only cast him as the killer, but he says he wants to act in normal stuff so bad. And that's why he said he loved that Adam Green gave him the opportunity to do like a dramatic part as like Hatchet Face's dad.
Yeah, I thought that was a great performance.
Yeah.
I bought all of it,
Yeah, but I'm really excited to see this documentary, and for some reason, I think it'll be a little sad looking at it too, because he's like such a nice dude or whatever, but you could tell, I don't know if he's like really that, just my opinion of listening to him, I don't think he's like really all that happy with how his career has been treated.
Well, the thing is, let's be honest, he deserves much more than he gets, He deserves more respect and everything than he gets. I mean, us horror fans, we know.
Yeah.
We see how awesome he is and everything.
If you say Kane Hodder to a normal person, though, they're not going to have any idea who that is.
And it's a damn shame.
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone's deserving of like a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Oscars.
Well, he burnt half of his body doing his work. You know what I mean?
I know. That says something right there.
Like, he's still doing it, and he almost cost his life. Half of his body's skin graft. It's like he deserves something,
Yeah. And I mean, well, have you heard him tell the story about when he was on filming Jason X? I think it was. There was a kid there or whatever, and the kid was fine. Didn't saw like all the makeup and everything was fine with that, but was really scared when he saw Kane Hodder without like a shirt on and all the burns and everything.
So he was more afraid of Kane Hodder's normal appearance than he was as...
Yeah, with like all the burns and everything. And when you hear him talk about it,
yeah,
you get the feeling it's that not. I don't want to say that like it bothers him.
Yeah.
But I think it bothered him that the kid was bothered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I guess that kind of says something about him as a guy also, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, from what I hear, he's like one of the nicest dudes ever.
Yeah.
And you could always, like, he always does pictures with fans, and
Yeah. He likes choking them too.
yeah, I was about to say he always strangles you in the pictures.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I'm gonna pick that up when it comes out. For some reason, have
Yeah.
you noticed, like, in the past 2 years, there seems to be a horror documentary coming out every week?
Yeah. Well, I'm totally fine with it
I
because,
love them, but I think it
yeah.
was that Never Sleep Again and Crystal Lake Memories that jump started it all,
Yeah.
because those are amazing, amazing documentaries.
They are.
Like,
To this day, they haven't been beaten.
no, have you seen Crystal Lake Memories?
Oh yeah.
It's like
I,
8 hours of just.
I
There's
know.
almost so much information. Like, I watched the whole thing once, and I could probably watch it countless times and still discover something new.
Oh yeah. I just watched it a couple of weeks back, and again, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, and one thing I like too is, growing up, I've always heard stories about Friday the 13th 1, and basically
Yeah.
1 through 4, they say a lot of stuff you already know. But what
Yeah.
I love is when they give you info on, like, Jason X, or they give you info on Friday the 13th, the series and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, stuff that you don't really know a lot about.
That's true. That's definitely true.
Well, anyways, the last piece of news I wrote down, which does not shock me at all, is
Hmm.
Showtime's not confident enough on Twin Peaks to renew it for a second season.
Yeah, I heard
saw
that.
that coming, and I already. The show sucks now, man. It's not good.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh, yeah. Um, I don't know. Maybe eventually it'll find its audience.
yeah,
Maybe, in theory.
yeah. I don't know, man. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
It's dude. It's. I mean, David Lynch. I'll be the first to say I'm a David Lynch fan, but I'm not gonna say he's a god. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's put out some stinkers. I mean, it's kind of.
Yeah.
I like Eraserhead and stuff, but see, it's hard to say because it's one of those things where people are like, well, you got to look more deeper meanings and all this and that. But it gets to a point, man, where it's like, I want to at least have some kind of sense of what's going on.
Yeah.
Like with, like, Lost Highway and stuff, it's like they're good, but I
Yeah.
don't want to have, like, leave a movie and have literally no idea what's going on.
I know. Yeah. And that's happened a few times with David Lynch's stuff.
Yeah. Now, if there was like a still like Blue Velvet, you know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
still a lot of stuff in that is left for interpretation, or you look for deeper meanings.
Oh yeah, well
there's still
that's cool.
There's still a coherent story, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
Or even though I
Yeah.
like Eraserhead, that's actually really bizarre and leaves everything up for interpretation and deeper meanings. But
mm,
still, yeah. I mean, it's not good, man.
yeah.
So I'm not shocked that they're not confident on it.
No, and then again, let's be honest, it was kind of it was a long shot at even ever getting it's like,
Yeah. And I hate to say it, but David Lynch, to me, like, is a 90s thing. Like, there's certain things that should stay in the era they were made, you know?
Yeah.
Where,
I know what you mean, yeah.
yeah, where, I don't know, I don't know, it's just, I think stuff's, like, even watching it, the effects that he uses
Mhm.
are just dated, man. Like, I
Yeah.
think he thinks he's more cutting edge
Than
than
he
he
is.
actually is, because the stuff you're watching where it's like, this would have been really shocking and kind of cool in 93 or something, but not today. It's just, it feels like an old person trying to do something cool, but it's not working.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe, like this season, should have happened years ago,
Yeah, definitely.
and then I don't know.
So, anyway, so do you have any news or no?
The only news I have is the Blu-ray release of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark has been canceled.
Well, who was going to release this?
I can't even remember. I'm gonna try to find out.
Elvira.
It was like
I would have thought that'd be like Anchor Bay or something.
I know that would have been, really good. But it was some new company. Here we go, Blu-ray. Uh, come on, open up. Okay, here we go. Uh, Cinespectral Films.
Yeah, I
And
never
it
heard of
was,
that.
no, it was going to be a limited 3,000 copy, 3-disc collector's edition.
Oh, okay, they just decided to cancel it?
From what I've heard, they've like gone out of business. But
Oh.
this thing was going to be loaded.
Yeah, are
I'm
you a big
looking at the
Elvira
thing
fan
now.
or no?
I've always liked Elvira.
Yeah. I mean, it's been kind
You
she's
know?
cool, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
have, I don't know if I would have sprung for a big deluxe edition.
No, but I mean, this was like, it's got, let's see here, 2012 audio commentary, 2016 audio commentary, all new exclusive audio commentary, 100-minute making of, feature-length documentary, Recipe for Terror, a thing of that, 2012 interviews, never before released behind-the-scenes stuff, exclusive HD remastered versions of the original and
I
theatrical
wonder, since
trailers.
they've already done all this, I wonder if they've sold all this off to another company, to
Honestly,
recoup some money. I wonder if,
I
because this
hope
would be
they
good for
have.
Screen Factory.
Oh, definitely, definitely, it would fit in perfectly. Because I mean, they've also been doing those, those like kind of quote unquote like new Elvira things.
Yeah,
You know, yeah, I was always an Elvira fan.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Well, and
I
it
like
was,
horror hosts in general.
yeah, it was gonna be a 4K scan,
Oh, okay.
and it was gonna be how come with a bilingual 60-page, bound-in, fully illustrated booklet.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Featuring, yeah, it looks like it would have been magnificent.
Yeah,
You know?
you know what I wish one of these companies would release, but it'd be really hard because I was saying, you remember Joe Bob Briggs?
Yeah,
I wish they'd release like a Joe Bob Briggs box set, but he
that would be
reviewed
cool.
so many, or he was a host to like a lot of movies that were from different companies, I think, so it'd be hard.
Yeah, I think probably the best you could do would be maybe, um, like a gray market release from like Hong Kong or something, maybe.
Yeah, just put all the movies on a disc and have his beginning and ending things.
Yeah, and it would completely be total gray market.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, speaking of like
but
gray market and bootleg, dude, did you hear there's
yeah.
a release that's like really popular in the horror trading groups now? Like I've seen a
Hmm.
lot of people showing it off. Have you seen that Freddy's Nightmares Blu-ray set?
No, I haven't seen that.
Dude, I mean, a legit company's not releasing it, but I guess there's this dude who like like all the Facebook buying
Yeah,
selling sites and all that.
yeah.
Like a bunch of my buddies that I'm with on horror groups, they've all gotten it and they say it looks beautiful and it's on 2 Blu-ray discs, all 44 episodes, and the dude prints out like really good cover art.
That's pretty
A
cool. I
buddy of mine
mean,
sent me a link to the dude that he got him off of, and he's only charging like $20 for it, and you get all 44 episodes up. It's not pure HD, but it's
yeah,
upscaled
but
and
I mean,
looks better
hell,
than the TV presentation.
Yeah, and you can't go wrong with that, really,
Yeah,
can you?
I'm gonna pick it up, man.
That sounds like it'd be really cool.
Yeah, because I wish Freddy's Nightmares would get a release, man.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, Friday the 13th, the series got a release. I don't see why Freddy's
yeah,
Nightmares couldn't get it.
yeah. And I mean, you know, honestly, I'm not expecting much.
No. Have you
You know,
seen the episode Tobe Hooper directed, though?
the
The,
one that
the
was on
pilot?
the yeah,
Where it was like Freddy in court and everything?
yeah, that was kind of neat.
Yeah. I mean, I heard that's literally the only episode like that.
Yeah,
Because you've actually seen that Never Sleep Again documentary, right?
yeah,
You remember when they talk about it, even the creators say it's trash pretty much.
yeah,
Like Mick Garris is even like,
yeah,
I guess Mick Garris created it or something. He's like, yeah, it was pure trash TV.
yeah. But then again, I mean, even if it's trash, trash can still be entertaining, can't it?
Yeah. You know what I laughed too is remember they said that Freddy's Nightmares was They aired it like right after school hours, so all
Yeah,
these kids would be able to sit. Isn't that bizarre? They'd air it
it
right after
is.
school.
It was completely the wrong choice of time to release it.
Like, wouldn't you think that'd be better suited for like an 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock airing?
Definitely. Definitely.
But you know for a fact they knew who their audience was, though, you know.
That's true. That's definitely true.
Because I think Freddy, remember they were selling like action figures, and they had to pull
Oh yeah.
they had to pull the doll off the shelf
Yeah.
because it was basically like your kid was sleeping with a killer.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, you know, but then again, let's be honest. After part one, well, let's say this. After part two, Freddy kind of stopped being,
Scary.
yeah,
I know.
you know, and he kind of went more with like the humor and everything.
Yeah, well, because he was getting more pop culture like, but
Yeah.
I know I'm in the huge minority saying this, and I don't know how you feel about it, but
Mhm.
it always bothers me when people say they can't stand the later Freddy movies, because I actually like the later ones better than I like the first ones.
I find the thing is
They're just more fun to me.
yeah, they're very different movies.
Yeah.
I always look at it like this: part one and part two. You know, Freddy in those is 100% a villain.
Yeah. Well,
And
Nightmare 2 is actually my favorite out of all of them.
yeah, and he's he's genuinely scary in those movies.
Yeah. Where
You
3
know?
he started with the jokes and the puns.
Yeah,
But yeah, do you like the later ones like Freddy's Dead and like Part 5, The Dream Child?
I didn't mind part five. Freddy's Dead. I laugh at it so hard.
I love,
It's hilarious. You know.
yeah.
Uh,
I love
I
that
don't
scene
know.
where Brecklin Mayer, Marie's laying on the couch, and all he
Mm.
did was smoke a joint, but they made him out to be like he had just done heroin or something, you know?
Yeah.
Marie, he's laying on the couch, he's looking at the TV, and then there's
Yeah.
like nothing on it. But where you see Freddy come on, you hear that dun dun da 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 da,
Yeah.
and that Inagata Devita song starts
Yeah.
playing. See, it's that kind of stuff I like. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden Freddy's wearing a power glove, and
That was awesome. I remember seeing that and just be like, yeah.
yeah. But what's cool in the end, remember what I do like too is that 3D scene they have.
Yeah,
Remember
it was
you see like Alice
neat
Cooper
idea.
walk downstairs, and like he played
Yeah.
Freddy's dad and everything.
That was neat, that part.
Yeah, I love that showed the past of Freddy. Like, remember it showed him as a little kid and he like kills the rat or whatever in the
Yeah.
school, and then it showed him like cutting himself or whipping himself and all that.
Yeah, it was definitely, it was a neat, how can I put this? It was an interesting idea to like show like the human side.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the sort of thing, and I don't know. It's always one of those like what I call like the yeah but moments. Like it
Yeah.
was awesome, yeah, but in a way also it kind of took away the scariness of him.
Right, and you know what else I've noticed too about the later Freddy movies?
Hmm.
It seems like whatever fad was going on, they took like full advantage of. Like you remember
Yeah.
like it's the Dream Child. Remember the guy, the comic book artist guy?
Yeah,
He like looks so 80s, it's not even funny. You know what I mean?
I know.
And then like Freddy's Dad, obviously Nintendo and all that stuff. They just
Yeah.
seemed to do something with whatever was popular at that time.
It's the sort of thing I get it in theory,
Yeah.
but also like when you look at like the best, Nightmare on Elm Street movies, so part 1, 2, and 3 really.
Yeah. People mostly
They're-
say 1 and 3.
Yeah, part 2, the homoerotic nightmare as they call it.
I mean, I see it, but I still love that movie, man.
Oh yeah, it's
I
a
actually like
fun
Jesse as a
movie.
character.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing like when you watch Never Sleep Again, they're talking about it, and the director and everyone, they're like, I never saw it. Like I never saw that that he was a gay character, and it's like, Really?
Well, to be honest, I never until it was brought up to me, it
Yeah.
wasn't even a thought in my mind.
It
Like I
was
had never
always...
even thought of it. But then right when they show that scene where Jesse leaves the chick to go spend the night with Grady,
Yeah, then you're kind of like,
yeah.
yeah, it kind of, you get it there.
Well, the Pro board game, I could chalk that up as a coincidence, you know? Like,
Yeah,
that could have been a whatever thing, but the sign that says "No girls allowed,"
yeah.
that
And then
that's, I mean, that has to be purposely placed there, you know?
it has to be, you know? And how can they not realize,
Yeah, and I
you
mean, and
know?
it's the whole thing of
If
you have a
anything, I
scream
think,
king in the movie, not a
yeah.
scream queen. It's a dude.
See, the thing is, I think they should have gone with it, you know?
What made him gay or something?
Made him a fully gay character, you
Yeah,
know?
and plus
It,
they even have the scene in the gay club.
yeah.
What you do know? You like how Bob Shea is the bartender in that gay club?
I thought that was hilarious, yeah.
Yeah. There's something about Bob Shea that's weird, man. I don't know.
He's just got kind of like this odd,
Yeah. I mean, his
yeah,
sister. I love his sister, though.
yeah,
Anyways.
yeah.
So, let's move on. What movie did you pick that you'd like to fix?
I picked for this one. This one is kind of interesting. I'm picking the Halloween remake.
Oh, okay.
And I'm picking this just for one reason. A lot of people hate it.
Yeah. No, I actually dig it, man.
I dig it too. I think it's a great movie. But a lot of people don't like it. So I've been thinking about like how to make it work. And this is the conclusion I've come to. All the stuff when he's a kid,
Yeah.
keep all of that.
Yeah.
Then what you got to do is when you bring in Laurie Strode and everything,
They need
make
a
her...
different Laurie Strode. That's one thing they gotta change.
Yeah,
I can't
didn't
stand that chick, man.
I didn't mind her. I mean, I thought she was okay, but I thought what she needed was the character she became in part 2,
Ugh.
like
Yeah.
like the angry,
Just whiny. Like, just too
yeah,
whiny.
but make her that character right from the beginning and
Yeah.
make it that early on in life she learned that she was Michael Myers' sister.
Yeah.
And she's been like bullied throughout her life and everything, and she's genuinely like a messed up person, and have that be the person that she is right when he gets out of when he escapes.
Yeah. I could
And
see it.
then
But remember that joke
yeah,
she says in the first one to her mom? Something about it was some kind of sex joke or whatever, and she's doing some kind of thing with the bagel.
Yeah,
Wasn't that cringy, dude?
it was cringy as hell, but I actually found it really funny.
Yeah, I was watching it and I was like, man, that's
Yeah.
cringy.
It is. It completely is. But like I said, I would have made her like a really broken character.
Yeah, started her off with the Charles Manson picture in her room and all that stuff.
Yeah, and essentially, I'd have essentially put that into the first movie, and then I'd have essentially gotten rid of all the quote unquote remake stuff.
Yeah.
You know how part 1 essentially is 2 movies. It's like before he's a killer.
Well,
like
yeah,
before,
Rob Zombie
before he's
wanted
like,
it to be 2 movies.
yeah, I'd have lost the second half altogether.
Yeah. And
I
what
think,
had it end when he escapes?
oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like I'd have had him come out, like get out. He'd been there, and then you would have just seen him like walking, and there'd be like a sign that says like "Welcome to Haddonfield,"
Yeah.
and it would have ended there.
Or in the beginning of Halloween, how in like the orange letters or whatever it says Haddonfield 1973 Halloween night or whatever.
Yeah,
If they showed that and then all of a sudden just ended it, if it just said Haddonfield Halloween 1973, boom,
Yeah.
blackness. That'd be cool.
yeah. What
Although-
I found the problem was with the remake was, and I think I get the idea this was more producers and everything than it was Rob Zombie. I think Rob Zombie created a Michael Myers that was very human.
That's what I don't like, man. That kid who played Michael Myers was whiny, dude.
Oh, he was. He was
I
very
thought
whiny.
Laurie Strode was whiny. This dude's like
Oh yeah,
excruciatingly whiny.
he is definitely, without a doubt. But the thing is, what I found really kind of that worked was the fact, this is like, how can I describe it? I found a separation in the movie where you had Michael Myers, the disturbed, like, psychopath kid
Yeah.
who grew up into the disturbed psychopath man.
Who was
And
huge. He was
yeah,
a monster, man.
and then there was this break where he became the boogeyman.
Yeah.
I think they should have either made him the boogeyman right from the beginning, like they did in the original, or stuck with the human monster.
Yeah.
They tried
I
to do
actually
both.
thought he was. I thought he was his most freakiest when he was in the asylum as the adult.
Oh
Where he
yeah,
has the dirty slippers on and he's wearing the masks or whatever.
yeah,
Like when
yeah,
they all go into the room to go mess with him or whatever.
yeah,
Like you're actually sitting there like when I first saw it I was like holy shit dude like
yeah,
it's about to get bad because
yeah.
the dude was just a monster.
I know and the thing is, like I guess, what always got me kind of is like, how did they ever determine like it's okay to go in and mess with him?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
well,
like
Danny
7
Trejo
foot
or whatever
4.
was like. Did you
Yeah,
like Danny Trejo's character, kind of on
I
Michael
like
Myers' side?
I tell you what, I like Danny Trejo in anything he's in.
Yeah, he's
I think the
definitely
man's
cool.
a genius, and I really dug his character.
Yeah,
And what I always sort of here's something I wish would have happened. It depends really on which cut of the movie you're watching, the theatrical or the director's cut. But Michael kills him off quite, inelegantly to say the least.
yeah,
I kind of wish that he'd left him alive, and it would have almost been like, this is kind of like my last act as a human being.
yeah.
That I'm going to leave this guy alive that's been good to me.
I think they
And then I'm
killed him
going to
on
fully turn
purpose.
into the monster.
Yeah, I think they killed him on purpose though to show that there's no remorse with this dude. You know?
Yeah. Also, one thing I did kind of like about the Halloween remakes, though, was I like to call it Halloween: The Betrayal of Michael Myers.
Yeah. Why?
Because when you look at it, he's a kid who's messed up. The parents that are supposed to help him, they don't do it. The quote unquote father guy is like an abusive jackass.
Yeah.
He gets caught with like dead animals and everything. The school that's supposed to help him don't. They just essentially, throw him to the wolves.
Yeah.
The doctor that's supposed to help him gives up on him.
Yeah.
And then right when you get to the end, he's gone through all this. He's like found his sister again. She has no clue who he is, so he's essentially being like abandoned again.
Yeah. I think that's just most people's problem with this movie. It just shows too much.
It does. You have to choose. Either you have a human monster, or you have like the boogeyman.
Yeah.
You can't have both, and that's really the crux of the problem with the Halloween remake. They try to have both.
Yeah. No, I like that option's there. I mean, if you want to see him more as the boogeyman, you got the whole series, or if you want to see him more as the human side, you got Rob Zombie's takes.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to say about Rob Zombie's movie is that one of my favorite scenes is when he first escapes. I remember you see that semi going by and you hear Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
Like that music fits perfectly with that scene. And then you see Ken Foree. Remember he's in the toilet or whatever? And
oh, I love that scene. Just goes come like you better get out of here before I finish dropping this load. Yeah. And it's like, that's just so perfect.
Yeah. I've always liked Ken Foree, man.
He's great in everything as well.
Yeah.
Texas
Chainsaw 3 and Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
Or is it Dawn? Oh, man, I can't even.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell, he was in From Beyond.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely a classic.
He is. He's one of those people that,
And Rob Zombie seems to like it's taking him under his wing, puts him in everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one thing with Rob Zombie, he finds, like, these actors from back in the day, and he brings them back to the forefront, you know?
Yeah, well, he's kind of like Quentin Tarantino in that
Yeah.
regard, because Tarantino does the same thing with his actors.
Yeah, hell, Tarantino's the sole purpose that
For John Travolta.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was essentially forgotten about before Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I mean, Pulp Fiction's been around for as long as I can remember, so.
Yeah.
But from what I hear from my parents and stuff is that he was kind of going downhill before Pulp Fiction came around.
He was essentially I don't want to say he was a B-list actor,
Yeah.
but that's essentially what he was.
He was playing in duds, like
Yeah,
I think he was in Michael, which he was like an angel or something.
yeah.
Just stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
All right, man.
Just not good.
The movie that I wrote down that I'd like to fix was definitely, I was looking around that Babadook movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot that was wrong with that movie. It just,
Yeah.
I don't know, I would have made it less draggy, man. Well, I mean, the first problem with this, it was overhyped. But that's
Definitely.
nothing the director could have done or
Filmmaker
whatever.
couldn't have done anything about that.
Yeah, but this movie, it was just, to me, they should have had more scares in it. Like, there was
Yeah.
only like one or two freaky parts.
Yeah,
And it
the
was
thing
just-
is, there was so much potential for freaky stuff with the character of the Babadook and everything.
Exactly, yeah. And one other thing I'd fix about this thing is, this movie, everybody's saying, oh, it's about the metaphors. What the movie actually means is the woman's depression, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
Yeah.
just give me the movie straightforward, you know what I mean? Like, this
Yeah.
movie would have been so much better if it was just straightforward. The character of the Babadook in the whole book.
Yeah, like a straightforward monster movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wrote down. Just make it a natural ghost/monster movie. And
Yeah.
it would have been so much better. That way you don't even have to focus on if the depression aspects line up with what's going on here and all. If you
Yeah.
just made it straightforward, you could have focused all your energy on making it the scariest movie it could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, let's be honest, like the whole depression thing and everything, that in a situation that like a supernatural thing was going on,
Yeah.
it would just make everything worse, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like
And
if you had like clinical depression at the same time, it'd be like, well, damn.
Yeah, and to this day, I still don't understand that ending. I watched it probably two or
No.
three times since it came out. I've even looked up online the
Yeah.
ending explained, and even
Yeah.
having it explained to me, I still don't get it.
I
And
know.
to me, that's a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. It's the sort of thing. I mean, I appreciate it as a movie.
Yeah.
I appreciate what they were trying to do and everything. I agree. I find it overrated.
Yeah. I consider
No.
this the most overrated movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'd
Because I
agree
actually
with that.
don't like it really at all, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are some moments of genuine, you know,
Maybe the sound of them, and maybe like when you see them for the first time, kind of
Yeah.
floating towards the bed. But
Yeah.
other than that, not at all. The one,
No.
I mean, the mom with the knife freaked me out more than anything in it. I don't.
yeah,
The movie just I think it just sucked straight up. I mean,
yeah.
it was draggy. I couldn't stand the kid.
Oh,
Straight
the
up
kid.
couldn't stand the mom either. I didn't like the scenery. It was too.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. It just blows my mind that movie got so hyped up.
yeah. I think it was just mainly because it was something different.
Yeah, and it was the
You know?
female director and everything.
Yeah,
But that's what
You
have you
know?
noticed though that metaphoric movies get all this praise?
yeah, yeah,
You know, like It Comes at Night and all that stuff, which was actually decent. But
yeah.
and then like one movie that got a ton of praise that actually to me deserves all of it is The Witch, man.
Yeah.
Like that movie to me deserves all the praise it got because
The Witch did it right.
Yeah, exactly.
It had that level of like impending dread and doom
Yeah,
that
was
just worked.
yeah, and from what the director put all this time and all this stuff into it, learned the old language, and
Yeah.
wrote all the dialogue and stuff from actual diaries of
Yeah.
people that were supposedly witches back then and stuff. And
Yeah. It just worked. Let's put it this way: The Witch worked in every way that the Babadook didn't.
exactly. Now, let me ask you. In your video, I watched
Mhm.
the unboxing of your horror pack.
Yeah.
And I remember before you opened it, you were like, "Oh, I heard there's a Scream Factory
Yeah.
release in here." No, be honest. When you had opened it up and saw the Babadook, how disappointed were you?
I was quite disappointed. I mean, and you know what? I'm gonna do this one even better. The American cover is horrible.
Dude, yeah, but even the reverse is terrible.
I don't know. The one I
do
got,
like
the
that
Canadian
special
one, is
edition
just
cover.
red.
You know, where it looks like the
Yeah.
book?
That's cool.
I do like that cover. And
Yeah.
I wish, like, for the Blu-ray Standard Edition, I
Yeah.
wish they would have still just had it red with the Babadook in black with the little logo.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, you see, that's what I have in the Canadian edition.
Yeah.
You
So what are
know,
you going to
and
end up doing with the other one?
I'm just gonna sell it.
Yeah.
I know a guy that I sell some stuff to, so I'm selling it to him.
Yeah. Like, I know you sent me
know-
that Outpost. I'm saving
Yeah.
time because I didn't realize it's the third of a series, so I'm going to
Yeah.
pick up the first two soon.
Yeah. Well, of the series, the first one's definitely the best.
Yeah.
And it goes the way 1, 2, 3, but it's still a good movie.
Yeah. No,
You
I'm
know?
interested to see him. And then Invasion of the Body Snatchers, you sent at a perfect time because I just
Yeah.
picked up that Warner Archives
Oh,
edition of
yeah.
just Body Snatchers.
I was kind of like that movie.
Yeah, I've never seen it, and it's still in the cellophane
actually-
wrapping. So
It's quite good, actually.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm going to double
I
feature
was-
it with that.
Yeah, I was honestly hoping that Invasion of the Body Snatchers was going to be the Scream Factory.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because yeah. No, I
See-
was going to pick up the Scream Factory edition, but now that I have this,
Yeah.
I don't care.
and it's a good edition. I just happen to already have a copy of it.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing. That's the thing with Horror Pack. I say so in my unboxings. I pay for them all out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
I'm not sponsored by them or anything. So if I'm not super impressed with something, I'll tend to say it.
Yeah, well, the one thing they do that gets, like, because I noticed you had all the movies except the exclusive.
Yeah,
If it wasn't for their exclusives, would you just cancel it?
I probably would.
Yeah, because...
But, well, the thing is, of the past, I've gotten 3 of them so far. And of those 3, the first 2, I only had 1 of each one. So
Yeah.
there were 3 that I didn't have, and then 1 that I did. And I tell you what, though, I really like their exclusives.
Yeah, the one that I regret not getting is I wanted that Killer Pinata exclusive.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, I want to see that, man.
I remember I was reading the back of it to the camera, and I was just like, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah. Dude,
A movie
is
about
it
a
just-
killer pinata.
Is it the Blu-ray that's just exclusive? Like, could I get the DVD on Amazon, I wonder?
I think you can get the DVD on Amazon, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's just like an exclusive Blu-ray.
hopefully, because I want to see it.
Yeah.
Or I think, doesn't Horror Pack or whatever, don't they have an option to... They should have an option to where you could just buy their exclusives.
They do, but they're usually about $30 a piece.
Well, never mind then.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Especially
pay
when you-
$30 for it.
Especially when you think, $19 and you get 4 movies.
Yeah, definitely.
And if the limited edition is a $30 Blu-ray, it's more than paid for itself, just that alone,
Yeah.
And you also sometimes get signed stuff,
Yeah, you guys got that,
which is pretty cool.
that Terror House or
Yeah.
Scare House or something like that.
Yeah. It's kind of neat,
Yeah, I always look at them, but dude, I'm not a gambler, man. I can't like all these mystery boxes and
Yeah.
stuff. I just can't do it.
I think what I did the first time I got one, I got one of those prepaid credit cards,
Yeah.
and I just, had like $25 or whatever lying around, so I got a prepaid credit card, and I ordered one with that, and I just sort of dug it, so I've kind of kept up with it.
Yeah, I mean, it
Um,
is cool. You open up thing, you don't know what it is, but it's
yeah,
just to me like, if I had $25, would I rather take a chance, or would I rather just buy a sweet edition of something that I know I'm gonna
yeah.
like?
I mean, I know in the past they've had some really good stuff
Yeah,
on Horror Pack. I know they had Baskin at one point. They had a bunch of other cool stuff.
it
You
bums me
know,
out you haven't seen Baskin yet, man. Because
yeah,
especially when we talk about the Void, but dude, the
yeah,
Baskin would be right up your alley, man. Like
yeah,
I know you personally would love it, man.
yeah. I really want to see that. But like I can't bring myself to pay $57 for
Yeah, that's
for it.
crazy. If I see
You
it
know?
cheap down here, I'll send it just because it's so good, man.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
What's
Because
bizarre though is I don't hear anybody talk about it. I don't know if it was popular or what, but
yeah, I didn't hear. I excuse me. I just kind of went a little weird there for a second. It was I always found it was kind of the same as with the Wailing.
yeah,
I
heard
heard
about it when it came out.
I heard rumblings. I heard a lot of good stuff, and then it just kind of died off. And I don't know if maybe it's because they're foreign films.
Yeah, I think that
Maybe.
has to be it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else it could be.
Yeah,
Because that's when you look at what it is. Baskin and The Wailing, and they're both foreign films, and they're both.
you know what's weird though is like the Wailing and stuff like that. Usually you can find them at Best Buy or whatever.
Yeah,
You know, Baskin I've never seen in a physical store.
really.
I've just never seen it physical.
Yeah, I've only seen one copy at this one store I go to, and it's about $57. And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
crazy,
like,
man.
like, no. I mean, if I was going to pay that for that, I could, hell, for that price, I could drive down to the States
Yeah,
and buy
exact.
it over the border somewhere.
Yeah,
Um,
I would say you should come to Florida sometime, man. We got Grindhouse Video here, and
I want to see Grindhouse videos so bad.
dude, it's literally any horror movie that comes out they have, man. I mean,
Yeah.
their used section, dude. Like I was looking
Yeah.
at their used section, like I said, I found Blue Underground's Manhattan Baby that just came out not even a month ago. And I
Wow.
saw that used already there, and dude, like the store's amazing, man. So if you ever come to Florida,
Yeah.
dude, you gotta
I
go.
I'd definitely like to check that place out. I mean,
It's sick,
yeah. I just took a look here. I was just on Amazon, and for some reason, I don't know why, I looked up Baskin,
man. Yeah,
and to buy it on Amazon over here, it's $37.51.
that's still expensive. I think I
Yeah.
paid like $20.
So I rolled down the page, and all of a sudden, here's Storm of the Century,
Really?
and it's the original version. Take a wild guess how much they want for it over here.
I know it goes for a penny over here too. So, 42
$134.14.
for a Storm of the Century.
Yep, on
Oh
DVD.
my God.
But you can buy it used for $3.23.
Yeah, that's all they get. You know what's weird, man, is these out of print prices, they change like
I know.
rapidly, man. Like Brain Scan used to be
Yeah.
so expensive, and then right as I pick up Brain Scan used at Grindhouse, I looked it up just because I was curious what it was going for, and it only goes for $20 now.
Yeah, it's really surprising sometimes. I mean, and hell, it always used to be a thing where when a movie got old, it would drop in price.
Yeah,
Where now it's kind of like you get a better price when it first comes out.
yeah. You know what really bugs me? It never goes down. Is
What one?
the second season of Masters of Horror.
Yeah,
Like you can get the first season all day for $10. They got the whole series in one slimline case.
yeah.
Or they even have Blu-ray volumes, and they have DVD volumes. But
Yeah.
the second season, you either gotta buy that special edition one that's been out of print for $200, or
Yeah.
you gotta buy them all single editions.
Yeah. And
Like, that
that
sucks.
can really add up.
They never released any box sets besides that Skull one for season
Yeah.
2.
It's weird, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Master of
did
Horror season 1 is $11.99 on Blu-ray
Yeah. For that
for
can't be for the
season
whole
1.
thing, because season 1 is broken up into 4 volumes on Blu-ray.
See here,
Like
Blu-ray.
season 1, volume 2, volume 3,
Yeah.
and 4.
Looking at this here, it's yeah, that particular one's just for volume 3.
Yeah, but even though for $40 to have the whole season on Blu-ray, that's still a good deal.
It is. You know, you can't really complain to that. And then, of
Because
course, there was that offshoot show of it, Fear Itself.
I love that show, man. Have you seen it?
I've got the box set of it,
Yeah.
but I haven't actually watched it yet.
Dude, it's
I actually
really
I actually
good.
got it for about $3.
Yeah, have you seen Masters of Horror or no?
I've seen most of the first season,
Like
and
cigarette burns and stuff?
I love cigarette burns.
Yeah, me too.
Out of the first season, I liked cigarette burns. I liked Incident on and Off a Mountain Pass.
Oh, I love that one. What
That was
about the Dreams in the Witch House?
And I loved that too.
Yeah.
You know, and Heckle's Tale.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You know
that
what
was-
I hated was Dance of the Dead by John Landis?
That's the sort of thing. In theory, it was a good story.
Yeah.
In theory, you know, because have you ever read the story?
No.
The original story is by the guy. What's his name? He did I Am Legend.
Oh, something Matheson or something?
Yeah,
Or...
yeah. He wrote the original story, and the original story is like, it's not a long story, but it's genuinely kind of creepy.
Yeah.
You know, and it seemed to me that they seem to try to add too much to the television version, if you will. You know.
Yeah. I just didn't dig that. And then Homecoming, I really didn't dig either. Just
I
'cause
thought
I'm not
Homecoming-
a zombie fan.
I liked the idea of Homecoming.
Yeah.
I liked the idea that what I always kind of dug about it was just the woman's reaction.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where she was like, oh, these heroes are coming back from the dead, and then when they find out that they're not supporting them, they're like, they're evil,
Yeah.
send them back to hell. It's like, I saw that scene originally, and I just started laughing, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah. I'm actually in the middle of watching that whole season again currently.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Definitely. But definitely watch Fear Itself, man. It's, to me, that's my favorite season out of all of them.
Yeah,
And Serge Tankian does this theme song.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, essentially, it's Masters of Horror season 3, isn't it?
It is, but it was put on like ABC or something. So
Yeah.
there's no nudity or hard language.
Yeah,
But still, to me, the stories are better for some reason.
yeah. I always liked with Masters of Horror, at least with season 1, that opening.
Oh yeah, with the
I
pod
always
drops.
Yeah, and just how it rang like a note when they dropped. It was like ding, 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 or whatever.
And
Yeah.
you had Takashi Miike's
Oh,
on
yeah.
there that they
Yeah.
couldn't even show on TV,
Yeah, yeah. I found that really funny.
with like the fetuses going down the river.
I'm quite sure that was why they couldn't show it on TV.
Yeah. But even that scene though with that woman hanging upside down, and remember they were putting those like needle things in her gums and everything.
Yeah,
Like that looked hardcore too.
yeah. Well, then again, I mean, what did they expect?
Yeah,
Getting Miike.
exactly. If anything, it makes you wonder if that was planned from the get-go,
That wouldn't surprise me.
just for some kind of press to do it or whatever.
Yeah, just to be able to say like, oh, we're releasing this one. It's like the unseen episode.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, well, let's get into our feature review of
Okay.
The Void.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to start off by saying, man, dude, this movie was awesome.
Ye-
Like, I was
yeah.
not expecting it to be this good.
I know. It was just. I'm saying it right now. I'm putting it in S class.
Yeah. It's
Definitely.
close, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to think about it a little more, but it may be in that class.
Yeah.
This is the perfect mix of Hellraiser and The Thing.
Yeah.
Like, those two mix, it's perfect, dude.
Yeah. That's a perfect example right there.
Yeah. And one thing, too, I wrote down for some reason because I noticed it in it. Have you noticed every horror movie, if there's a movie on TV, it's Night of the Living Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, that same scene. They're coming to get you, Barbara, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
that
I'm quite
same
sure. I'm quite sure it's just because it's
public domain.
public domain. Yeah, it's like, well, we don't have to pay anyone. Put it in.
Yeah.
It'll show our horror cred.
Yeah. No, but I just wanted to write that down because I've noticed that in a lot of movies.
Yeah, it's. I always kind of dig that, you know.
Yeah. And another thing I wrote down is the Doctor. And
Yeah.
Did you think he looked like Malcolm McDowell when you first saw him?
When I first saw him, I thought I did a double take when I first saw him.
Yeah, and then I actually looked him up too. You know who it actually is?
Who?
You saw Twin Peaks, the original show, right?
Yeah.
You remember Wyndham Earle, the guy who lived in the woods and had I don't remember the guy's name. He had the ponytail or whatever, and he was beating Shelley and all that. Well, remember that guy in the woods who had that, and he put Ted Raimi in the chess piece or whatever, and well, that guy, that's who played the Doctor.
That's pretty
So
cool.
I thought that was pretty cool. And another thing too I wrote down is, man, what did you think of the way the cult members looked?
I thought it was so simple, but it had this.
Freaky, man.
See, I found it had almost like a KKK type vibe.
I exactly thought that too. They look like Klan members, but
and it was disturbing because of it. You know, it was like, I guess it's, you know, like in your head you just automatically, you know, connect that with the stuff that the KKK do and everything, right?
Yeah, but I just love the way the triangles looked on the mask and everything.
I know,
and
so simple, but just
it didn't have the point that it actually looked kind of like that dude in what's that guy's name in G.I. Joe, the main villain.
Oh, Cobra Commander.
Yeah, doesn't he have like a Cobra Commander mask look? Or
Yeah.
like the way the mask is shaped, it looks like that. But
yeah,
dude, I thought one thing I wrote down too is that one scene. Remember where the guy goes outside and there's the one cult member and he has that knife. Remember he lifts it up over his head and just starts walking really fast over to him.
Yeah,
I wrote down like Exorcist 3 ripoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it played out just like Exorcist 3.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, man.
I loved every part of it.
Yeah, it was. I was shocked at how good it was, man. And then the effects, like where you see, well, the best effect in the whole. Before I say that, the effects in general, I loved how just grimy they looked. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like when you see that first creature, remember it's like a big like blob of just flesh and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just looked really nasty, man.
Yeah.
And for some reason, that kind of body horror in movies really disturbs me. Like, I don't know if you've seen Slither.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember the scene like where she's pregnant with all the slugs, or
and
just the way the dude looks towards the end, where the whole room's covered in just flesh and nastiness.
Yeah,
There's just stuff like really disturbs me, man. Like it makes me actually feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Looking at it, and that's what I gotta say about the creatures in the void is they're so nasty and disgusting looking that you almost feel like you could like smell them and stuff, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. What did you think of the guy with the? I keep wanting to say shotgun, but it's not a shotgun. The guy with, you know, who comes in with the axe and everything.
Oh, those two dudes from the beginning.
Yeah. What did you think of like the older of the two?
I liked him, man, because he came in just ready to get down to business. Like he ain't even explaining nothing to the people in the hospital. I like he just walks in ready to decapitate them all, and they're all looking at him like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
But remember the very? Did you like that opening shot though, where the one dude escapes and you just see those two people set the one guy on fire?
Yeah.
And this is before you have any idea of what's going down.
Yeah, it's great because you don't know, like, are these the villains?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, when they show up at the hospital, I thought they were bad guys, and then that's what, like, it switches, and then you see all the cult members are standing out there,
Yeah.
Did you like how they're all holding the knives in the same exact spot, same time,
Yeah.
all to the side of them?
It almost seemed to me like it was like you know when what's the word I'm looking for? It's like almost like hive mentality.
Yeah,
Like they're all thinking the same thing at the same time,
yeah,
and,
almost
and
like
they're
something's
all
controlling them
reacting the
all.
same. Yeah.
You know, one thing I wrote down too is I wish I could see what they look like under the mask, man.
Yeah.
I just wish I could have saw one of them. Like, I don't know if they look like that god dude at the end. Like,
See,
I don't know what the deal is because I don't think so though. Because remember the god guy? He was like saying all these people in the cult are
yeah.
about to do something, or
Yeah.
it was.
You know what I think it'd be really neat if you saw one of them take off their hood or whatever, and it was just like, some little old lady or something,
I don't
Like
know,
the
that
idea that it was literally just like
people.
normal, everyday people you would never expect. Even, they didn't really have much of like other characters in it,
Yeah,
but if you could like introduce like, I don't know, like a little old woman that worked at the bank or something,
yeah.
and
I
then
think that
she
would.
was one of the.
I don't know if that would have went with the tone of it though. You know.
No, but it would have been kind of cool.
Yeah. One thing I wrote down too is my favorite creature in the whole thing. Remember the dude walking upside down? He's like
Yeah.
crawling upside down, like kind of like Reagan in The Exorcist.
Yeah,
I just love
yeah,
the way that creature looked, and
yeah. I loved every single bit of effects in that movie,
yeah, dude,
and none of them took you out of the movie.
not at all. I liked it was all practical too,
Yeah,
and one the most disturbing effects shot to me was when you see the aftermath of what went down with that pregnant woman.
yeah,
Remember, it kind of had that Slither vibe where just the whole room's caked in just the nastiness, and there's
yeah.
like tentacle-looking things coming out of the stomach and all that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
I
also,
just love how long it took at the end to kill that creature.
oh yeah,
It's like shoot it in the head, like shoot it in the head again and again, and like over and over again, and eventually they kill it, and it's like, well, damn, something didn't want to die, did it?
yeah, I know. And I like the way how the doctor looked. Remember when he turns around and his
Yeah,
whole face is gone? It's
yeah,
like a skinned face.
yeah. I love stuff like that.
Yeah. Now let me ask you, what'd you think of the ending of this thing?
I loved it.
I wrote down sequel with a question mark.
Yeah.
They gotta make one, dude. I mean, they can't end it with them holding hands in this
Uh,
portal and there's the flying pyramid.
yeah.
They gotta make a sequel, man. Like, I want to see some footage of that world now.
It's the sort of thing I want to see a sequel, and I kind of don't as well.
You think it'll
You know?
happen or no?
I wouldn't be surprised because from what I've read and everything, a lot of people have really liked The Void.
Yeah, it's
So
this is actually a movie that's deserving of its praise. I put this with The
definitely,
Witch, like it got
yeah,
really hyped up, and after
and
seeing
yeah,
it, I feel like it should be more hyped up,
yeah,
because this is
definitely,
a movie where I feel it dying down.
yeah. Can't let it happen. Got to keep it on a high.
Yeah, yeah, dude,
You know,
that was one of the better movies I've seen in a long time. And
yeah,
realistically, if you wouldn't have suggested it for review,
yeah,
you know how long this would have sat on the back burner?
yeah, probably. Because well, I mean, at first, when I first saw like the posters for it and everything, it didn't really think much of it.
Yeah, and did
You
you
know,
see
I
the
it
editor?
didn't. Uh,
These people's other movie?
I think
It
yeah,
was like a
yeah,
giallo tribute.
yeah. It was kind of good.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but it didn't leave me like, holy shit. Where this
No,
movie, it left
yeah,
me like I was speechless when it ended. I was like, oh my god.
yeah,
Like, you could tell at a low budget, it took place pretty much in the hospital.
yeah,
Which this whole
yeah.
movie though, watching it, doesn't this though feel like one drawback is doesn't this feel like a bunch of stuff from different movies morphed into one movie? You know what I mean?
A little bit, yeah. It feels like almost they took what worked in a bunch of different movies and said, let's throw it all together.
Yeah, like have you seen a movie called The Last Shift?
Yeah,
Didn't this throughout like the whole time watching this, it
kind of
kept
got that
reminding me
feel.
of The Last Shift.
Yeah, well, like this place it's closing down or whatever, and
Yeah, just and another
and
thing about
it
this,
feels
man,
like it.
You know what's weird about this too is I don't care how small of a town it is, dude.
Yeah.
That staff and the people in that hospital, that's way too empty, man.
Yeah. Well, I I guess the idea is, since it burned at one point,
Yeah, and it's like a small
it was,
town or whatever, so
yeah.
that's something I
But
can forgive, though.
yeah, I liked the smallness of it, but in a way, also I wish we'd seen a bit more like of the town and everything.
Yeah, it
Because it's
definitely
just like
felt.
because it's like all of a sudden all these cult members appear, and you're like, well, where did they come from?
Yeah, I wish I wanted to know more about it, but it's one of those things. I wonder if that's what made it so good.
It could be,
Is that you just don't know anything about it?
yeah, and it could be literally anything you think.
Yeah,
It could be that the entire town they were in are the cult. It could be they got teleported in from somewhere or something, or they've all converged on this one location.
yeah. Did the ending of this thing feel like Phantasm a little bit to you at all, too?
It felt like the Beyond to me.
Yeah, I could see it.
You
Yeah,
know?
this just felt like it was just a bunch of movies put into one.
Yeah.
Which that's the case with these directors, though.
Yeah.
These Astron 6 people, because the editor
Yeah.
was the exact same way. Father's Day was the exact
Yeah.
same way. Manborg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it works, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, you could tell they're horror fans, man. And
Yeah.
they're making movies that appeal to horror fans.
Yeah. They know what they're doing, definitely.
But like I said, as far as America goes, I think that's really not cool that they gave exclusive rights to Diabolic.
Yeah, that was a little.
Because personally, I'm not a huge fan of ordering from Diabolic, because companies like that usually take a long time to ship your stuff out.
That's true.
Whereas Amazon, I mean, people could talk all the trash they want about Amazon. They're a big conglomerate,
Yeah.
They're stepping on the little guy.
But they're quick.
Exactly. You know exactly what you're going to get. There's no questions. And they're going to give it to you. They're going to speed it out to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not two guys in a building packaging everything. Like they have like teams that do it also.
Yeah. And honestly also, if they screw up, if Amazon screw
they'll
up,
send you new stuff while you still have your old stuff, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Where
Hell, they'll refund your money and not even want the stuff back.
Yeah, and I mean straight up Diabolic's cool, but I bet if they messed up your order, I have a strong feeling they want you to send. They're gonna print out the slip. You got to send the stuff back. Wait for all that, and then they'll reship it. It's gonna be a huge process. Where Amazon, they have the chat where you could just hit chat and then you're typing with them. You ain't got to wait on hold. They pop up every time.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never had any problems with Amazon. The only problems I've ever had are with like people selling through Amazon.
Yeah, because they'll put the picture of an edition.
Yeah,
like you think you're getting a certain edition, but it'll be it'll be the same movie but a different edition.
Yeah, it'll like that, or like a bit back I ordered a Danzig T-shirt.
Yeah.
And it just never came through.
Did you get your refund though?
Yeah. I wrote. I clicked on the thing, the filed a claim with Amazon. They got my money back within, I think, a day.
Yeah.
I had the money back. So, I've always been kind of impressed with Amazon's customer service. Yeah. I said this a bit back. I got Boys in the Hood on Blu-ray. And the case came all crushed up. The movie itself was fine, so I wrote to Amazon, whatever. I got contacted them and I said, like, hey, look, the movie's fine and everything. I was telling them just to say, you may want to look into your packaging.
Yeah.
That was it.
And I'm sure they don't care about that, though. I'm sure they'd rather just send you a new one than relay information. They're going to keep packaging it in bubble mailers or whatever.
They just gave me my money back.
Yeah, and let you keep the movie?
Yeah, still got the movie and everything. And they said, like, no, keep the movie, we'll give you your money back and everything. And I was like, well, damn.
Well,
like, the thing is
dirt cheap, though, to begin with.
Yeah, it is. But I was that and about maybe like 4 other things as well. It was
Yeah.
probably about a $30 or $40 transaction, and they gave me the whole thing back.
Yeah, you know what I love about Amazon, man, is I usually go in it when I have like 150 to spend, you know what I mean? I'll just get a bunch of
Yeah,
titles at once.
yeah.
Because I just like the feeling of knowing you're about to get like 6 or 7 movies in
Oh,
the
I
mail.
love that. Yeah,
And so I'll usually just wait till I have like about 150. But
yeah,
you can get a lot for 150 on Amazon, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Whereas companies like Diabolic or whatever the case may be,
Mm,
they'll charge you a boat. Like if you order multiple items, the
yeah,
shipping gets crazy, dude. Where
it can.
Amazon, if you order 20 items, the
Yeah.
shipping will be under $10 most of the time. Like
Well,
they don't
hell, usually if you spend over X amount of
free
dollars, you get free
exactly free
shipping.
shipping. I forgot all about that. Yeah, you
Yeah,
spend over 50, you get all your stuff for free. And if you do, say you want it quicker, because when they give
yeah,
you the free shipping, I mean they take their time with it.
yeah.
If you want it quicker, you're not paying more than $10. You know what I mean?
No, I
Whereas
remember
like Diabolic, you got to pay like, well, first of all, they don't give you free shipping,
no,
and
no.
second, like a lot of companies will be like, oh, $4 for the first item, and then $1 for each additional item. So if you bought 15
Yeah,
movies, that's over
yeah,
$20 for shipping.
yeah,
I mean, in Canada, I'm sure it's different because you guys pay big shipping to begin with, but
yeah.
in
Well, actually,
America,
it's
it's
kind of weird, the last order I got from Diabolic was actually really reasonable for shipping. It was about $7.
wow. But you only got
Yeah,
what, 4 items?
I got four things. Yeah,
Yeah,
but still coming from the States, that's pretty good.
yeah.
You know.
The average
Uh,
shipping cost for stuff in America is like $4.97,
yeah,
$5 to get something shipped.
yeah. That's reasonable.
Yeah,
And it's this sort of thing. You have to pay it one way or another. It's either you pay the shipping or you pay the higher price in a store.
yeah,
And at least with Amazon or whatever, you're getting a pretty good copy and everything. So
yeah. All right, man. So before we get, like, I'm in the void on with it. I put it in the S class after thinking about it,
yeah,
and you do too. So,
yeah,
what movie did you pick? Then the podcast. What movie did you pick for your movie for beginners recommendation?
yeah. This one, I had to think a little bit,
Yeah,
because I mean, there's tons of stuff, and I've decided on Evil Dead 2.
yeah. It's
More
yeah.
so
That's
than Evil Dead 1.
just because it's more accessible. It's
Yeah,
not as low budget feeling.
well, it's not even that. I remember when I saw Evil Dead 2 first.
Really.
Yeah, and then I saw Evil Dead 1, and Evil Dead 1 didn't grab me the same way as Part 2 did.
Well,
Part 2
part two is more
grabs you.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it grabs you right from the get-go and says, this is the sort of time you're in for
Yeah.
this movie. It doesn't lie to you.
No, it's like kind of goofy from straight up, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool like shots in it too, like with him getting thrown backwards in the woods and stuff,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and then
great
he
stuff
wakes
like
up in
that.
the mud puddle.
Yeah, and like you said, it's fun.
Yeah,
It's lighthearted
yeah.
for a horror movie.
I
I
still
always
think Army of
found
Darkness is the best of the trilogy, though.
I find Army of Darkness to be a really great movie,
Yeah,
but I find almost like I don't know, I find it goes a little bit
too
too
silly.
far. Yeah, too far from like the horror aspect.
Yeah,
I find it more to be a comedy than a horror movie.
yeah. It
I
is.
find it.
I
I
think
got
that's
it.
why I
I
like
find
it.
it to be a comedy horror,
Yeah, no,
not
that
a
is what
horror
it is.
comedy.
I think that's the reason why they didn't call it Evil Dead, is just
Yeah,
because it's so far removed from it now.
yeah, and it's fun.
Yeah,
It really is.
and one thing I like about it, you could tell it's a '90s movie watching it.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
But
I've always liked Army of Darkness, but Evil Dead 2, I think.
yeah, and that's good for a beginner too, because you could find Evil Dead 2 for $10 or less all day long.
Yeah,
I mean, they
yeah,
got the original. Uh, Who put that original one out? Image or something?
Image originally, I think, and then Anchor Bay released about like
Anchor
7
Bay.
different versions.
Yeah, Anchor Bay did that first Blu-ray edition, which the transfer wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But of course, they had that like 25th anniversary edition that
Yeah.
I think Anchor Bay put it out too. But that's the definitive one to get.
Yeah, and
It has that original artwork with the skull.
I love that artwork. I
want to get a tattoo of that artwork, man.
That is, it really is great artwork. Now, admitted, a skull wouldn't have eyes or teeth, probably. Well, it'd probably have teeth, but no eyes.
Yeah.
But
it changes the whole vibe of it.
Yeah, you still get you just get a feeling seeing that cover exactly what you're in for.
Yeah, that and the font. I love that Evil Dead 2 font.
Yeah.
But yeah, Iron Man. Definitely. And what movie I chose, I was looking. I'd have to say Audition. Just because I wrote down it's a good intro to Takashi Miike and Asian horror in general.
Yeah.
Because chances are, if you're just getting into horror, Asian's not going to be your first stop.
No.
and I think Audition's like a good starting point.
It is.
I mean, it's not too scary. It's not crazy horrific.
Yeah.
I think it's the perfect intro. And I wrote down it's just a good introduction to the whole torture, gore aspect of the film too, because there is torture. You've seen Audition, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There is torture in it, but it's not excessive. You know what I mean? It's for the last 15 minutes or whatever, and it adds to the whole thing. But like I said, Audition is the perfect stepping stone, man.
It is.
That'll be the first one. It's the first Takashi Miike film I ever saw.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, after seeing it, I've been hooked on him ever since,
Yeah. My first was Ichi the Killer.
Yeah, I love that movie, man.
That is just fun.
Yeah. You remember that show, Bravo's 100 Scariest Movie Moments?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time I heard of Audition, and I after hearing about it, I had to seek it out, and it's one of my favorite movies since. I mean, I got the framed poster in my room and everything. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's just an all-around solid flick.
Yeah, and the actress who plays the main woman, she's like a supermodel, I guess, in real life over in Asia. Yeah, she's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
and the character of the dad is really likable too,
Yeah,
and then when you get like into it and the whole thing, like when you actually think about the whole plot. And how it is, technically, the guy is lying to the woman, auditioning her under false pretexts. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's auditioning for the girlfriend when she thinks it's like a movie or a play or whatever.
Yeah, so essentially, he's the villain.
Yeah, but she's lying to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because she's got other plans.
It's just they're both auditioning each other for things they don't know they're auditioning for.
Yeah.
So
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, that's why I think this movie, I put that in an S class too, but I think it's definitely a beginner's film.
Yeah.
Because it introduces you to Asian and gore horror at the same time.
Yeah. I agree with that, definitely.
Anyway, so we're going to end this now. I think this Saturday, because it's Tuesday, we were late recording this because I had things going on this weekend, but this Saturday we're recording our Blair Witch franchise review.
Woohoo!
So that'll be really cool, man. I've been dying to watch them all again. I've seen them all so many times. I saw the Blair Witch Adam Wingard version first weekend it came out.
Yeah.
And I was blown away. Like, I loved it. I thought it was going to be a huge hit.
Yeah.
It bombed, man.
I know.
But anyway, we'll get more into that next episode. But
yeah, definitely.
The first one, I don't even want to say anything about it in this episode, But
yeah, we'll have more than enough to talk about next time on that.
Yeah, the only thing is once I bring it up, it's one of those things where you got to talk about it because it's just so awesome. But
yeah,
all right, we'll leave it at that. Anyways, guys, we'll see you next week with episode 6. This is Corey's Crypt.
This is BDG Reviews.
Peace.
Peace.